All right, so welcome everybody. Thank you for joining me. My name is Marnie Hernandez. Welcome, Sherry. I'm glad you're feeling better. I'm telling you, that's me. It's like after that cruise, I was like out of it. Linda and I finally went yesterday and hung out, went and looked at some houses and stuff. I'm gonna be moving and hopefully. And so it's nice to finally get out, and see I love here in Vegas we never get rain and it's been raining and drizzling this whole week, so it's been great. But anyway, so welcome everybody. Hope you're doing well. Hope you guys are planning a nice holiday. So my daughter actually got a new home. So she's volunteered to do dinner this year. But I'll be packing. So, all right. Warren, I'm an AI assistant helping Warren. Okay, no worries. Take screenshots. Perfect. So welcome, Warren. Um, also just wanted to let you guys know if there's any like disabilities or anything. I had one gentleman that we did Princess Cruise Line, right? And Princess Cruise Line, you get a free cruise once you complete the training. And he was blind and he was just trying to get through the process and couldn't get through. It just took forever with the translating and everything else. So he's like, would you do me a favor? And so what I did was I signed in under him and we did the whole training for him under his account. But he was, of course, was with us and stuff. So again, that's what we're here for. We're here to help everybody. And, if for any reason, I also, just so you guys know, some people said, you're recording and people are cheating doing the test, they just skip through the recording and go to the test. And so they're saying you're letting people cheat. And it's like, so I said, okay, what I'll do is anybody that's live will do the test, right? Otherwise, if you go through the recording on my YouTube, just so you guys know, over here on my YouTube, I got all my recordings. So I would stop at the test and you'd have to take the test on your own. But then I had a lady call me and say she had brain surgery, right? And she was having trouble keeping up and stuff. And that she really loved watching my videos and the test because it helped her with everything, right? She was able to take her time, stop it. And I thought, okay, if one person wants to cheat or three people want to cheat, but if I'm helping that one person succeed, it's worth it to me. So I'm like, you know what? If the people that are cheating or just skipping to the test, they're cheating themselves, So I went back to recording everything because that's again my feeling is you help everybody, And so I just wanted to share that with you guys because I wanted you to know that we do have that opportunity if you guys need it. So just let me know. Okay. All right. So is everybody here up and ready to go and have caught up on all the training? Um, we're on our, I think, fourth course. I missed one because I was sick. So luckily, and I think, and then the internet went out. So I think Linda took care of me on that. So thank you, Linda. So we got to get those over here and recorded. But let's go here. All right, so we're doing the learn and earn, and then I'm still trying to do the princess. Yeah, so again, I did record the princess, so if you need to get in there, it is in there, okay? All right, so yeah, I need to finish these up here that you guys have completed, so I will get those done. Oh, so we're on diamond now, it looks like, right? Yep. We start on diamond.
Yeah.
Look at that, guys. All
Which
right,
one are
so
you on, More?
we're on what
Sorry,
we're
which one are
it's
you on?
under diamond course 302. And look at that, guess with this disability. So kind of funny. I just started talking about that and it popped up. So again, that's what this that and I got a lot of agents that have that as a niche market now, which is really cool, guys, because you think about disabilities and stuff like wheelchairs and everything else, but you don't think about people that maybe just fell and like me, I fractured my hip. Oh, I can't travel. Yes, you can. You can still, there's ways to do it. You can rent the walkers, the chairs, etc. So never, we want people to get out and travel, see the world, and we want to help everybody. So hopefully everybody's here. Can I take this if I haven't? Yes, Marco, you can catch up, okay? No worries, guys. And again, they're pretty short. A lot of them are pretty short, but if you look here on my YouTube channel. They are all recorded, the past ones, and like I said, Linda will get with Linda and get the other ones that we did. But if you need help, and just so you guys know, again, as I say, we do these together, because there are tests, and you can do them on your own, but they're fun when we do them together because, for one thing, different destinations and stuff. Baja California, you may have been there, and we have it. So you get to share your personal experience. So that's also a fun way to do it together. So just kind of wanted to share that with you guys too. Um, so I'm trying to multitask. It asked me for my a code for my bank. I'm trying to pull this up with that. All right. This is Carnival. By the way, I'm okay, travel perfect. All right. So okay, so Tisa, so we are doing Carnival, and it's the learn and earn under the knowledge of and training. Okay, so you're going to go into your Carnival account. You're going to go under knowledge and training and learn and earn training program. Okay, guys? And yeah, you should be able to start with us here now and then catch up. Okay? So let me know when you're here.
Okay, great.
It's pretty easy to navigate. A lot of them are videos. Okay. So a lot of people will follow along on their phone or on the computer and then do the test online with us. Okay. So get to here where I'm at here. You click get started. And then once you get there, we'll be at the loyalty here. And so up here, it'll show learn and earn introduction. And Carnival will send you like updates, and I think on Wednesdays they have their cruise inspection dates and times. Um, Disney, when you do Disney, you get free Disney passes. Princess, when you do that, you get a free cruise. So it's kind of fun to do these and then see what different things that are provided to you. Okay. So it's a win-win for everybody because you become a better travel agent by learning how to assess all the great uh, um, benefits for your client, but also you end up getting perks for doing that. Okay. All right, so hopefully everybody's here. You're going to click on course 302, Accessible Cruising, Carnival Support for Guests. And just let me know when everybody's here and ready to go. Is everybody see my screen okay? And then,
Marnie, where did you click? I'm at the carnival at the Learn and Earn, and I have a picture of people, but where did you go to get to
okay, so you'll go,
what you're
so I've got Learn and Earn training. You'll click Get Started.
started? Yep.
And then once you click Get Started, um, over here, Learn and Earn. And then you should be able to go here and then go down to Diamond. And then from here, you should have the
Okay, got it. Oh,
perfect.
yes. Yes.
All right, everybody
Yeah.
good to go then? So
No,
no? Okay. Where are you at?
I'm up at your HTTPS Learn and Learn. I do that. It takes me to Carnival, GOCCL Navigator.
Now, have you registered with Carnival yet? With
I cruise with them, and that's why I joined today because
okay, so
before
you're
I
good with
became
that.
an agent, I booked a cruise for January,
Perfect.
and
Okay.
I was wondering if that's anything.
Okay, so you should hopefully be here, Learn and Earn.
Okay, so I'm registering
No,
for
you should
this.
You said you're already registered. You already sent the form in and had Archers give you the information to sign in.
No, no.
Okay, so yeah, so if you're brand new, guys, so yeah, you will not be able to do it. These are some of the first ones, and then again, apologize, guys. Let's just hopefully get everybody in and going. But if you're brand new, make sure go over here to your travel cafe. Go down here to
Okay.
suppliers, and it's by country. Okay, so we're gonna do USA. Carnival, it usually takes Carnival, you may be able to, well, today's Saturday. I don't think nobody's there today. But Carnival, you click here
Okay,
on
I go to
Travel Cafe,
travel cafe, and then suppliers,
Suppliers
right?
USA,
USA. Okay.
then go to Carnival. And this is how you register with each of the vendors, guys. Okay, so if you haven't, or if you haven't done, like I suggest registering for every cruise line out there because if you love to cruise, they give away big specials all the time. So each of our vendors will talk about, what the vendor is, what the commissions are, who the contact is, okay? How to register. So again, pay attention, very important on this. For this one, it takes 24 to 48 hours to get approved. So you probably won't get approved probably till Monday or Tuesday. Okay. And then down here, exclusive deals, and then the portal to get into the system. So when you click here to how to register, it's very, very important. Yes, Melissa, and we're going to start in just a moment. If you see here first name, it's your agent ID number. It's not your first name. Anytime you're dealing with the cruise line, it's always going to be the cruise line phone number, the 9141. Very important. If you put the 1511, which is the office, they're going to decline you. If you put your name, they may decline you. So as you see here, you don't put your name here, you put your agent number. Okay, so I hope that helps you. I would highly recommend doing that one now. And then you can get in and get caught up for Carnival and finish with us next week. Another one I want to share with you guys is right here under suppliers, supplier request form. Please, please, please go in today and do this if you haven't. Supplier request form, this is USA. And you want to fill it out for every one of these. Okay. So down here you have Princess, you have Norwegian, MSC, Profit Agility, Sandals, Vax, etc. You'll fill it out, submit it, fill it out, submit it. Okay. For those of you that are with Karen on Karen's team, let me know for these waiting periods because they waived that for you guys. Okay. So again, those are very important because these take 4 to 7 days to get approved. Otherwise, all the other ones are like automatic. Okay. So again, I am recording this. So when you catch up, as you see, we still have, I think we're going to be hopefully done today with the diamond and then they have electives. So yeah, because I think next week we're starting another cruise line. Okay. All right, so let's go ahead and get. Go
I
ahead.
have a question.
Uh-huh.
I've been trying to do this whole the carnival on my own, and I really struggled, and I couldn't get in, and I got in, and then I kind of stopped. But I want to continue because I really love doing them.
Right.
And when I go onto my profile, it tells me that I've only completed two of them out of all the ones that I did. So I've got no idea. Does that mean that I have to start again from scratch on the gold?
Probably because like I did mine in the past, as you see here, and now they're inactive because they and look, they added more because we just did these. So we have to catch up now and do those. Or no, maybe those are what you did, right? I think that's what
I did I did the beginning.
Okay.
I started and I did the beginning, and then it's telling me that gold 8 out of 8 completed, but I only got 2 completed.
Okay, yeah, I would just send a message, contact them. But you can still join us today.
Or should I just I want to join you today because I think I want to learn with you, because learning on my own, I mean, I'm a 74-year-old crazy woman who is very slow. So, and my niche is disabilities because I've got 2 disabled kids. So I'm really, concentrating on that niche. But I really wanted to do this course, and I did start it. So you suggest I should start again from scratch as if I'm a complete beginner, right?
Yes,
It's better,
yes, yep. Just
Okay.
let's go back in. And again, start with us.
To the
We're on
goal.
302, guys. Sorry, it's 302, not 303. But yeah, and then you can just go back over here on my YouTube and you can see the ones that we did record already. If you need help with any of it.
Oh, okay. I think it'll be easy. I think it'll be easy. Sorry I think it'll be easy if I follow you on YouTube, because when I was trying to go into the thing by myself onto the website, it was so difficult to follow. And so if you've got them all recorded right from the beginning, the gold, and I can start from scratch on your YouTube, I'd really love that.
Yep, I just put it in the chat so you can get in and do that. All right, so congratulations.
Thank you so
and
much.
welcome. Jordan, did you have something?
Oh, hello.
Hi.
Yeah, I was just wondering, I was just making sure are we on the platinum or the diamond?
We're on the diamond now under
training courses.
302, the disabilities.
Awesome. All right.
Okay.
302.
Yep.
Oh, that's right where I am.
Okay, perfect.
Yeah, that's right where we stopped last time.
All right, let's go ahead and
Okay.
get started, guys. Again, welcome and thank you. And again, congratulations to all the new agents. We're excited for you. So I do these every Friday and Saturday. So hopefully you can join us.
I definitely will once I've got my kids all organized.
All right.
Hello, and welcome to Accessible Cruising and Carnival support for guests with disabilities. As a Carnival travel agent, you already know that a Carnival cruise can offer a fun and exciting vacation experience for everyone. Today, we're going to share more information about how you can help all your clients, including those who have special limitations and needs. In this video, we will explore the Americans with Disabilities Act, as well as an overview of Carnival's accessibility policies, practices, and procedures. We will also explore more of the services and amenities that Carnival can offer. Let's begin with an overview of the Americans with Disabilities Act and the way in which you can better serve your clients with special needs. The Americans Disabilities Act was a law enacted in 1990 that required individuals with disabilities to be able to participate in all aspects of society fully and equally without discrimination. The ADA covers and is not limited to visual, hearing, mobile, and invisible disabilities. The ADA ensures that those with disabilities have equal rights in common areas like restaurants, retail stores, and other public accommodations. It also disallows denying participation, providing unequal or separate benefits, or discrimination toward an individual with disabilities. This act additionally requires modifications to policies whenever possible, aid and services to assist communication, along with accessible design and construction. In addition to the ADA, the Department of Transportation has also issued regulations with which Carnival and all passengers vessels must comply. This is why it's vital that you, as a valued travel advisor, become well aware of any special needs your clients may have and to communicate any requirements to Carnival. Equally important is the responsibility of informing your client what accommodations and services are available on board. Carnival's Fun Ship Cruise may easily be the best way for travelers who have disabilities to see the world. Our cruise ships are all accessible, and our friendly staff are well trained to attend the needs of our disabled visitors, along with their families and friends. In the next few slides, we will be covering the service we offer our guests with disabilities. In order to help your clients with their pre-cruise preparations, information about accessibility for our guests with disabilities is available at carnival.com with information about accessible cabins and Carnival's policies. You can find it by following the URL www.carnival.com/about-carnival/special-needs carnival.aspx. Additionally, our guest access team in our contact center is available to handle all pre-cruise inquiries for tour guests with disabilities. You can contact our guest access team at 1-800-438-6744, extension 7002, or via email at access@carnival.com. Our ships have 3 classifications of specially designed accessible staterooms for guests with mobility disabilities. Our fully accessible cabin is designed for use by guests with highly limited or no mobility who require regular use of a wheelchair, scooter, or other similar assistive devices. This cabin contains accessible elements including turning space, accessible routes throughout the stateroom, an accessible bathroom, and are reserved for mobility device users with limited or no mobility. Another available option is a single-side approach cabin, which is designed for use by guests with highly limited or no mobility who require regular use of a wheelchair, scooter, or other similar assistive devices. This cabin provides an accessible route and clear floor space on only one side of the bed. In a stateroom configured for 1 bed and between the beds in a stateroom configured to provide 2 beds. The third choice is the ambulatory accessible cabin, which is designed for use by guests with mobility disabilities who do not require the use of a wheelchair, scooter, or other similar assistive devices. It is intended for those who can use a cane or walker and who may benefit from certain accessible features like grab bars to assist with balance. Due to safety considerations, mobility devices cannot be stored in corridors or public areas. In order to purchase a standard stateroom, devices must be able to fit in its 22-inch wide entry doorway and when stored must allow for safe exit from the stateroom. Guests who bring scooters that are larger than 21 inches wide or travel with multiple scooters in the same stateroom must purchase a fully accessible stateroom with a wider doorway or rent a smaller scooter appropriately suited for their stateroom. Guests must be prepared to collapse their device so it can be safely stored in a way that allows for safe exit from their stateroom. Carnival wants to be sure the embarkation process for your clients with disabilities is comfortable and easy. Your guests are greeted when entered to the embarkation facilities. Guests with disabilities are escorted to our special assistance area for check-in. Assistance is also available curbside if requested. Guests who are blind or have low vision and are traveling alone will be met at check-in and escorted to guest services. These guests will also be offered an orientation tour of the ship. Assistance is also available upon request to guests with vision and hearing disabilities who are not traveling alone. In most ports of call, a gangway is designated as the accessible gangway and assistance is always available. Because Carnival is committed to accommodating its guests with disabilities so they can fully yet safely enjoy the ports of call, at certain ports, small boats known as water shuttles are used to transport guests to and from their ship to shore. Facilities in ports vary, and certain water shuttles may not be accessible to individuals using mobility devices. Every effort is made to secure accessible shuttles in all ports but cannot be guaranteed and are subject to availability. Debarkation assistance in a home port includes the following debark instructions and are included in the onboard debark flyer and debark talk. Guests with disabilities who do not require special assistance may take advantage of our express carry-off program. Guests who require assistance will debark when their zone is called. Unfortunately, wheelchair escorts may not be allowed to assist with luggage handling nor collection in the terminal building as per port regulation. Wheelchair assistance is limited to the baggage claim area and is not inclusive of parking lots. Passenger safety is a Carnival priority and all guests must attend the guest safety briefing. However, for the comfort of guests with disabilities, they are given the option of going to a dedicated area during the drill. Information regarding emergency procedures is available in closed captioning format on the stateroom TV, and safety briefing instructions are available in an alternate format upon request. On a Carnival cruise, there's more than enough entertainment and excitement available without ever leaving our fun ship, and it's all easily accessible. Our theater offers accessible seating, early access to seats in the front, and wireless sound amplifying headsets. Remember, Carnival makes it easy for all guests to enjoy all the fun, including participating in our shore excursion program. Guests wishing to participate in our shore excursion program may review our website or the tour information provided on board. Offshore tours operated within the U.S. and its territories must provide a means of effective communication to a deaf or hard of hearing guest. Carnival fun ships offer every family great value and adventure with our children with disabilities and youth programs. We work with parents or guardians to include all children within the designated age range in the youth program and to assess each child's needs. The parent or guardian will need to complete a registration form which will help the youth staff better serve the child. Although Carnival does not provide one-on-one attention, the parent, guardian, or assigned helper may stay and participate in the activities with the child, or the parent will be provided with a phone when available. Youth program rules still apply to all children in terms of illness, hours, and acceptable conduct while in the program. With the exception of EpiPens, the staff will not administer any medication to any child, and team members cannot lift or carry guests. When a child uses diapers but is older or bigger than the diaper changing table can accommodate, the parent or guardian will be contacted to perform any necessary diaper changing functions. Finally, parents of children who are unable to feed themselves should remain with the child during any meals or bring the child to activities following the meal service. To better accommodate Carnival guests with autism or cognitive disability, they are encouraged to select an arrival appointment time between 1 to 2 o'clock p.m., which is less congested. Those who need assistance once they arrive in the terminal should ask for a supervisor. Once they are on board, any special dining or meal requests should be coordinated with the maitre d'. For any guests with sensory or cognitive needs while cruising, the family should meet with guest services once they are on board. Carnival Cruise Line was the first cruise operator to be certified sensory inclusive by Culture City, a leading nonprofit organization dedicated to accessibility and inclusion for individuals with sensory needs and invisible disabilities. As part of a comprehensive fleet-wide training program, hundreds of guest-facing team members, including guest service personnel and youth staff, have been trained to understand and help adults, youth, and children with sensory-related questions or needs relating to conditions such as autism, ADHD, Down syndrome, PTSD, etc. Once on board, guests should inquire at the guest service desk about borrowing a sensory bag and any other accommodations that are available. These sensory bags include items to help calm, relax, and manage sensory overload.
Introducing the Filter Sorb.
Yeah.
Carnival's dining room team is available to support your clients with disabilities. The maitre d' will allocate dining areas appropriate to your client's needs, and our culinary team offers special meals suited to nearly any dietary need. Guests who have specific dietary needs or allergies should make their wait staff or maitre d' aware, even if they have communicated it pre-cruise. At Carnival, we know those with disabilities rely on their trusted service dogs on the many benefits they provide. However, it's vital that guests become familiar with the rules and regulations prior to departure. Service dogs are allowed on board if they are trained to do work or perform a specific task that assists the individual with their disability. However, emotional therapy and support dogs are not recognized by the Department of Justice and are not permitted on board. The housekeeping department shall furnish a relief box and litter. Guests are responsible to take care of the service dog and must behave with no excessive barking or bothering other guests. They must also remain in the control of the owner on a harness or leash in public areas and cannot be left on the ship unattended. Service dogs may be brought into all public and common use areas, including the dining rooms and Lido decks. However, they cannot go into the pools or jacuzzis. Since many of our ports of calls have established strict entry laws for animals, guests must visit the Department of Agriculture website or their service dog's veterinarian to determine. They must also remain in the control of the owner on a harness or leash in public areas and cannot be left on the ship unattended. Service dogs may be brought into all public and common use areas, including the dining rooms and Lido decks. However, they cannot go into the pools or jacuzzis. Since many of our ports of
Sorry. Oh no. What happens when I have a kitty with me?
Your mini assistant is helping?
Hello. And welcome to Accessible Cruising and Carnival Support for Guests with Disabilities.
Oh my gosh, where were we at?
Parasite and endoparasite treatment no more than 15 days prior to arrival to port. Proper preparation makes for smooth and comfortable experiences. That's why it's vital to make our guests aware of the procedures and availability for medical aids and services well in advance. Guests who bring their own oxygen must be instructed to turn it over to their room steward, who will give it to guest services for storage in a secure area. If the guests gave their oxygen to the porters, they will give it to guest services to store in a secure area. It will be distributed to the guests upon calling guest services. Distilled water for a CPAP, BiPAP, or nebulizer can be ordered pre-cruise by calling our fun shop or via room service once on board. For those who require injectable medication, a Sharps container can be requested at the time of booking. For medication requiring refrigeration, medic coolers are available in limited quantities and first-come first basis, or the ship's medical center will arrange storage. Since there are significant risks associated with undergoing dialysis during a cruise, your guests should be aware that our ships do not have kidney specialists or dialysis equipment and supplies available on board. Our medical staff are not trained to perform dialysis. Carnival highly recommends that guests should be stable on their home dialysis treatment for a period of at least 12 months before sailing. Ensure that your guests are aware that travel on our ship is at their own risk and should consult with their doctors. Guests may be required to disembark to a medical facility ashore and be responsible for all medical expenses. The guest access team must be advised no later than 2 weeks prior to sailing of the type of supplies the guest is taking to the ship, quantity, and name of the medication or vendor supply company that guests will be using to transport supplies. The supplies must be hand-carried, not packed within their checked luggage. Prior to sailing, the guests must verify that all supplies and equipment is fully functional in the stateroom. Failure to do so will prevent them from sailing. For guests who are blind or have low vision, Carnival has available a Braille in-cabin good-to-know information sheet and signage on board. An audio format and large print version of the fun times is available on board. In addition, specific computers in the Internet Cafe are equipped with screen reader software. Additional requests for information or alternate formats may be made at the guest service desk or by contacting Guest Access pre-cruise. For Carnival guests who are deaf or hard of hearing, in-cabin alert systems are available upon request. The safety briefing video with open caption is televised in all staterooms throughout the cruise and Carnival created TV content. Certain TV programs and movies are all offered in closed captions. Once on board, guest services can turn on closed captioning for outdoor movies upon request. Although Carnival does not employ sign language interpreters on board our vessels, we can retain one by requesting one on all crews departing from and returning to a U.S. port for our guests that use sign language as their primary means of communication. Simply notify Guest Access immediately and send us the request in writing to access@carnival.com, giving us 60 days notice prior to sailing, subject to availability. Interpreters are hired for onboard functions only and are not required to be available for ship tours and dining. Interpreters are hired on a shared basis, not for one-on-one communication, and are not personal assistants. As a Carnival travel advisor, your role is key in providing a positively outstanding and memorable Carnival cruise experience for your clients with disabilities, their family, and their friends. As always, this can be achieved only through your help, preparation, expertise, and excellent communication prior to embarkation. Once again, we would like to thank you for your commitment to learn about Carnival, our fabulous fleet of ships, and for sharing the incredible value that Carnival can bring to every passenger worldwide.
Test time.
I don't even know who thought of getting me this, but it's genius.
Gosh. Okay. All right. So quiz time. So again, we make sure everybody passes. So you're going to click on quiz. All right. So it is the travel advisor's job to communicate any requirements to and informing their clients of what accommodations, services are available on board the ship? I would say
True.
that's true. Yeah. Okay. Carnival is the first cruise line to be certified sensory inclusive by Culture City.
True.
True.
All right. Service dogs are not allowed in which areas of the ship? The shore tours, Lido deck, pool, all the above.
I know the
All,
pool.
Yeah. I know the
all the above.
No, it's the pool. They are able to get on the Lido deck, but I do not know if they can go onto the shore tours. So it's the pool as far as I know.
Okay, so it's
Right.
either the pool or all the above. So we'll try pool for
It-
right now.
It's not all the above because they
I
can go on the Lido
yeah.
deck.
Got it. Okay, and sign language interpreters will provide assistance for which of the following activities? That was
The food orders.
food.
Orders.
Okay,
Sign language interpreter.
sign language is food orders, it says. Service dogs are not allowed in the pool. Carnival is the first sensory, and it is our job as travel advisors to accommodate or advise of accommodation services, etc.
You're all right.
100% good.
Wow.
Oh, we did.
We
All
did it.
right. So make sure everybody passes.
Wow.
Congratulations. Now we're going to go to 303. These little rats now.
This is fun, Moni. I
Okay,
learned
good.
so much
I'm glad. That's what I know. It's you know,
because it's my niche. The
Yeah.
only thing this is my niche, disability. But the only thing that I was hoping that you would have mentioned or was the HD Sunflower, which is one of the programs that I joined.
Okay.
You know, the HD, it's a hidden disability sunflower for
Okay.
people with hidden disabilities. So you did mention it in the course, but I don't think it's being kind of widely taught in all the cruises or all the. You've
So
heard about it, right? The
Huh.
hidden disability sunflower, where passengers who have hidden disabilities can wear this so that they recognize and they don't have to shout it to the world that they've got PTSD or some other hidden disability.
oh, that's cool. Well,
Yeah,
I have a disability.
I did the training and I'm actually allowed to train other people now. So I'm just too shy to go and train people. I'm not really a trainer, but I'm gonna try and work something out because
You
yeah,
can do it on our platform. You can do it one of my Saturdays or Fridays, and we can have special guests, and you can do the training and get your
Okay.
feet wet. So yeah, just let me know whenever you want to do it. We can add you to the list.
Thank you. Because I'd really like to talk about this because people don't realize that autism is not written on your forehead. It's not like stamped on your forehead, and people can be so impatient with you if you slow. And this hidden disability sunflower thing is just, I really love it because it's teaching people. It's actually trying to teach the whole world to be aware of that next person next to you. Just being sympathetic and empathetic, and don't push somebody out of the way because they're taking too long to read the sign, at the airport or something, because they've got, that kind of thing.
Yeah.
Where do you hidden disabilities? The sunflower.
Where did I learn it? It's a UK program. It's a UK program, and I was looking.
Oh, okay.
Yes, it's a UK based program, but it's very, very big here in the United States. It's growing. It's growing in the United States.
Oh.
So what I can do is I can send the link to Mani, and then you can maybe disseminate it.
Or you can put it in the chat today if you have it. Put it in.
Yeah.
Or
I have a back. I have a back, like a torn disc and stuff. I have like my right leg. It's like my sciatic nerve and stuff. So
okay, here's my phone number. So just send me whatever if you guys have anything or need anything, and then we'll get it into our groups. So.
Oh, okay. I'm getting your number.
Okay.
Okay, perfect. So our next one is the beverage program. So that goes from one extreme to the other. I was watching a dumb thing on when I woke up at 4:30 this morning, like a wedding thing. This is my first drink. And then this is my last drink, and they're like going out in a wheelchair, or they're falling over, or they're trying to swim. It's like the beverage program. I mean, unless you can drink a lot, I don't think it's worth it. But we'll talk about that now.
Oh, shoot.
So, but I just went on Royal Caribbean, and they have a really nice. It's a happy hour. Margarita is only $6 from like 4 to 6 at all the bars and stuff. So I got by really cheap on the 3 day cruise that I went on. I had a glass of wine at dinner, and then the uh $6 margaritas. So that was kind of fun. But anyway, just wanted to share. Okay, so we're on the beverage program. So it is including Cheers Zero Proof, bottomless bubbles, so you can confidently guide clients in selecting the best drink package to elevate their cruise experience. So let's watch this one. I love it. Usually I have to read all these, so these are nice that they're recorded videos. Yeah, and again, things can change on a daily basis, so.
Hello and welcome to our Learn and Earn program, Carnival's Travel Advisor Training Program. As an advisor selling Carnival to your clients, your role is a critical one to the Carnival brand. Thank you in advance for your commitment to learning about Carnival Cruise Line and the fun, value, and memorable experiences that Carnival brings to millions of guests worldwide. In today's module, we'll be talking about Carnival's onboard beverage programs, and our topics will include some of our onboard bars and lounges. We'll talk about what programs are available, and then we'll go more specifically into the Cheers package, Cheers Zero Proof, bottomless bubbles, and then finally we'll discuss how guests can make these purchases. So let's get started. So when we're talking about Carnival, we have lots of lounges and bars for our guests to hang out and have a great time. If we're talking poolside, we're looking at places like the Red Frog Rum Bar, where guests can get a frosty rum drink along with our private label beer, Thirsty Frog Red. We also have the Blue Iguana Tequila Bar poolside, where guests can get maybe a margarita or one of their favorite tequila drinks. And then on some of our ships, we feature the Red Frog Tiki Bar, where guests can sit in a 2-story high tiki bar and enjoy a cocktail poolside. Now, we also offer breweries on board. So many of our ships actually have a working brewery on board where we're brewing different craft beers. Those places include our Guy's Pig and Anchor Smokehouse Brewhouse and our Red Frog Pub. Now, our Excel class ships feature a couple very unique bars and lounges. These are going to be upscale, beautiful locations to sit and enjoy a classic cocktail along with some live music. Those include Brass Magnolia on Mardi Gras, the Golden Jubilee featured on Carnival Celebration, and the Golden Mermaid featured on the Carnival Jubilee. In addition to these beautiful upscale bars with live music, we also have some fun, really innovative bars featured on our Excel class ships as well. These are where your mixologists are going to get creative, and they'll do things like put Swedish fish in your drink. You'll have boba pearls. There could even be a bubble blown on top of your drink. These are going to be places like Fortune Teller on Mardi Gras, Latitudes Bar on Carnival Celebration, and Dr. Ink's PhD on Carnival Jubilee. So lots of fun places to hang out. Then if we're talking evening, we do have a lot of our guests' favorite bars and lounges on board. Those are going to include our piano bar, where guests can enjoy a cocktail and sing late into the night with the piano player and their new best friends. We also feature the Havana Bar on many of our ships, where we bring in live Latin music. It's a great place to have a Cuba Libre or a mojito. Alchemy Bar is definitely a guest favorite. This is made to look like a vintage pharmacy. All the bartenders wear white lab coats and they mix up prescriptions for whatever ails you. They are true mixologists. There's a menu to order off of, or our guests can ask our mixologist to create something special just for them. And then last but not least, our Heroes Military Tribute Bar. These are our sports bars on board. We feature memorabilia from all the different branches of service. We love our men and women of the armed services. In fact, Carnival Cruise Line carries more men and women of the armed forces than any other cruise line out there, and it's a distinction we're very proud of. So not only do you have this beautiful lounge to hang out in and catch a game surrounded by memorabilia from all the different branches of service, but we also sell signature pints in here, all in an Operation Homefront glass. Those glasses, for each sale of them, proceeds go to Operation Homefront, which is an organization that support the families of our men and women overseas. Now, in addition to our bars and lounges, I'd be remiss if we didn't talk about our Java Blue Cafe. So certainly our guests on board love to stop in here, get a specialty coffee in the morning or in the afternoon or even the evening. We also do milkshakes here, both alcoholic and non-alcoholic. There's some grab and go options here. You can get your bottled water, but Java Blue Cafe is always a hot spot to hang out. Now, as we're talking through our beverage programs on board, we did want to mention that we do have some complimentary beverages that are offered fleet-wide on board all of our ships. Those options include non-bottled water, lemonade, iced tea, hot chocolate, and then just regular non-specialty coffee and tea. Now, these are all served and offered in our main dining room and are also available 24/7 in our Lido restaurant. Now, as we go through and talk about the beverage products, please know that Carnival Cruise Line has a partnership with Coca-Cola, so all of our products on board are Coca-Cola products. We offer 3 different beverage packages. Those are going to include our Cheers beverage program, our Cheers Zero Proof, which is our non-alcoholic package, and our Bottomless Bubbles, which is our unlimited soda package. So let's talk through each of the 3 programs here. The first is going to be our Cheers beverage program. This is going to be our all-inclusive beverage program. It does include all drinks on board priced $20 and lower, which pretty much covers just about everything on our menu. That includes cocktails, your whiskeys, your cognacs, your wine and champagne by the glass, your beer. Even if you go to one of your pour your own beer stations, that's included as well. So there is a limit to the alcohol drinks. It's 15 drinks within a 24-hour time period, and we'll talk about that in just a moment. But in addition to all of the alcohol drinks and the beer and wine, you also get unlimited non-alcoholic drinks. And the non-alcoholic drinks include soda, any type of virgin daiquiris or cocktails, anything that's zero proof, any of your milkshakes, any of the specialty coffees, bottled waters, juices, you name it. Now, please keep in mind it is good for, again, all drinks priced $20 and lower, and it is by the glass. If your clients are coming on board and they'd like to purchase a bottle of wine or champagne, maybe there's a nicer bottle of wine that we don't offer by the glass. We do offer under the Cheers program a 25% discount. A few other details we want to share with you about our Cheers beverage program is that every guest, if one guest 21 or older purchases it, all other guests in the room that are 21 years or older must also purchase the Cheers package. It is done on the entire cruise. It's not offered on a per day basis. So it's an all or nothing. You take it for the entire cruise. You can't pick and choose days to choose it on. It also, as we mentioned before, it's for 15 alcohol drinks within a 24-hour time period. That is 6 a.m. to 6 a.m. In fact, once our guests reach that 15 drink limit, they are not allowed any additional alcohol drinks until the next morning at 6 a.m. Certainly, we want our guests to come on board and have fun, but we want to make sure that fun is done in a responsible manner. Couple other things to know about our Cheers program. In certain states, due to state laws, we cannot officially start the Cheers program until the second day of the cruise. So 6 a.m. on the second day of the cruise, those are for voyages departing out of Texas, New York, and Virginia. So when guests purchase the Cheers package, it is already prorated not to include that first day. So anything they purchase on the first day would just be a la carte, and then Cheers would start the next day starting at 6 a.m. Please also know that our Cheers beverage program does not extend to any destinations that we visit, and that does include any of the exclusive destinations that we visit. Now, for additional restrictions and details, please be sure to visit GoCCL. In addition to Cheers, we have just recently added our Cheers Zero Proof package. So this is going to be unlimited non-alcoholic beverages. So pretty much anything that is not a cocktail, beer, or wine is going to be included in this Zero Proof. There's no limit, there's no cap on how many you can order. It includes all of our sodas, which again are Coca-Cola products, All juices on board, bottled waters and coconut water. Also, any of our premium and coffees and teas, so any of the specialty coffees at Java Blue, also any zero proof cocktails, any smoothies, any protein shakes, any milkshakes, and any energy drinks. So this is unlimited, and it does give guests another option to come on board and control the spending on board if they know that they're going to drink a lot of sodas and a lot of bottled waters and maybe a lot of coffees. A few more details on Cheers Zero Proof. So just like Cheers, it must be purchased for the entire length of the cruise. There's no partial day purchases that are available. It is per person and it cannot be shared, but we do not require that all guests in the stateroom purchase Zero Proof. Please also know, just like Cheers, Cheers Zero Proof does not extend to any of the destinations that we visit, and that includes any of our exclusive destinations. Now, when we're talking about combinability, so not all guests are required to purchase Zero Proof. You can have a combination of people in the room who purchase Cheers Zero Proof and bottomless bubbles that they can be combined in the same stateroom. However, please keep in mind that Cheers Zero Proof and Cheers cannot be combined. So you can't have one guest purchasing Cheers and then another guest purchasing Cheers Proof. Again, with the Cheers program, which is the alcohol package, that all guests 21 and older must purchase the same package. So you can't substitute it for Cheers Zero Proof. Now, again, for additional restrictions, please visit goccl.com for more details. And then finally, the last program that we offer is our Bottomless Bubbles program. So this is our unlimited soda program. This would be unlimited soft drinks. Again, Coca-Cola is our product that we use on board, and any standard juices. So any orange juice, cranberry, tomato, pineapple, or grapefruit. It does not include bottled waters. It does not include the specialty coffee. So just your sodas and just your standard juices. So that's the main difference between Bottomless Bubbles and Cheers Zero Proof. Cheers Zero Proof does give you a little bit more variety and also includes those specialty coffees and milkshakes. Bottomless Bubbles just includes the unlimited sodas and juice. And again, just like Zero Proof, not all guests have to purchase this in the stateroom. Now, how do they purchase? There is a discount for pre-purchasing any of these packages in advance. Once they get on board, they can purchase as well, but the price point is slightly higher. Please keep in mind that once your guests have a deposit on their booking, they can go ahead and start making these purchases. So they would do this by going through their online cruise manager or by going to carnival.com/fun shops. They can also do it by calling the fun shops department as well. The cutoff for pre-purchase is right before midnight the day prior to their cruise. Now, again, they can purchase it in advance. There is a slight discount for purchasing it in advance, or they can choose to purchase it on board. If they choose to purchase any of these packages, Cheers, Cheers Zero Proof, or Bottomless Bubbles, they can do it on board at any of the bar locations. Now, please keep in mind that once they're on board, they would have up until the second day of the cruise to purchase the package. So if you're going to go ahead and purchase it, it makes sense to do it on the first day. You can do it all the way up until the second day. But again, better pricing if they do it in advance and do a pre-cruise purchase. And just like that, you're on your way to becoming an expert in fun. Thank you so much for watching our video on Carnival's onboard beverage programs. Please remember to take the short quiz to complete this training. And for more information on this topic and more, please visit goccl.com. Thank you so much for your support of Carnival Cruise Line.
All right. Let's do our quiz. So which one of the following is not a bar feature on Carnival?
Coyote
Coyote
ugly.
ugly.
Thank you. Right. Stop crawling all around, little one. Coyote ugly. Okay. Carnival Cruise Line features Coca-Cola products. That is true. Which of the following is a requirement for those purchasing the Cheers beverage package? All guests must board, guests must wear wristband, all guests 21 or older must purchase, right?
21
That one.
Yeah.
And then the Cheers Zero Proof excludes the following. would say alcoholic beverages, right?
Alcohol beverages.
Yeah. Okay. Pretty
Proof of
easy.
foods,
These
alcohol beverage.
tests
What was number 3?
3 is that all guests 21 years or older in the same stateroom
21
as
years and older.
And then
Oh, okay.
Yep.
All right.
All right.
Okay, what was number 4?
What was the question?
Alcohol beverage.
That was an alcoholic beverage, Marnie?
Yeah.
Yeah.
First one.
All right. Congratulations.
Yeah.
Now we'll go to the next one. Oh my gosh. Get down here, little boy. Girl. All right. All right.
Who's wedding program?
I have a question.
Uh-huh.
So we're doing this course and we're doing the test with you. Do we still have to go onto the website and do it again to get the certificate, or how does it
Well,
work?
as long as you're doing it together, you need to make sure you're signed in under your account.
Yes, I am in my account.
Yeah, so you'll be fine. So once you finish it, then you'll be able to go in and then pull your certificate. Once you finish all the courses.
Oh, once I finish all the courses.
Yeah,
Okay.
so like here, Learn and Earn, once you finish it, you can view your certificate. It'll pop up and show you up here. So let me just show you what this one looked like. This was, 4 years ago. But that's also why I say, when you do these, print your certificate, post it on social media. Oh my gosh, guys, like the disability one. I don't know if that gives us an individual. Let's look really quick.
So I'm actually doing my training with you on my iPad right now, but I've got my computer open in the Carnival. So how do where do I go to check that I've done it with you? That's what I mean.
Well,
as
long as you're taking the test with us at the same time, you're doing it. So as long as you're within, your name is in there, and as long as you're doing the test and answering the questions and getting comfortable, you're doing it.
Okay.
Does that make sense?
All right. Thank you.
You're welcome. So
yes, that makes sense.
Yeah, I just don't want you to be sitting there following along with us and then have to go back and do the test yourself again. So that's why I say a lot of people follow along on their phone, but take the test online. So now we're doing the web.
Okay, so
that's how I'm doing it.
Uh-huh.
So what I've been doing is I've been answering the questions by pressing on the little dots wherever.
Correct, and then it'll pop up saying 100%.
The correct.
Yep, and then
it popped up saying 100%.
Correct.
As long as you're following along and you're on your Carnival site, you're taking the test.
Yeah, as long as your name or number is up here, you're good.
Okay. Because that's what I didn't understand, because I was following on my iPad, on the YouTube on my iPad, but I've got it open on my computer.
It doesn't matter. I'm on my computer and my tablet. As long as you're registered and you're logged into your Carnival and you click Earn and Learn, then you're good.
Thank you.
Yeah.
Thank you so much for clearing that. I'm not very tech savvy, as you can see. So
you're good. You're good.
Sorry for all the questions.
No worries. Sorry, I'm having my breakfast. All right. So now we're learning about the wedding department. So we get to help clients plan unforgettable weddings, vow renewals at sea with Carnival's dedicated wedding department, diverse packages, exclusive onboard and destination ceremony options. Here we go.
Hello, and welcome to our Learn and Earn program, Carnival's Travel Advisor Training Program. As an advisor selling Carnival to your clients, your role is a critical one to the Carnival brand. Thank you in advance for your commitment to learning about Carnival Cruise Line and the fun, value, and memorable experiences that Carnival brings to millions of guests worldwide. In today's module, we'll be talking about Carnival weddings, and our topics will include our Carnival Weddings Department, some of the wedding basics, We'll also cover different types of Carnival weddings, which include cruise wedding services, cruise wedding packages, and then we'll talk about renewal of vows along with some frequently asked questions and how to book a Carnival wedding. So let's get started. So at Carnival, we want to make it as easy as possible for couples to say, I do in Carnival style. So we have an entire department dedicated to the planning and orchestrating of our weddings on board. So the wedding packages that we offer are either on board our ships the day of sailing or at various ports of call. And in the various ports of call, they can either be on board or on the island. We also offer 2 different packages for the renewal of wedding vows, and this is a ceremony that will be performed by the ship's captain while at sea. Couple fun facts, our wedding team hosts an average of 8 to 16 weddings per month per ship, so they are extremely popular, and the sooner you can book, the better. The wedding department does not help with the planning of a proposal, and they do not help with engagement parties or bachelor or bachelorette parties. But anything wedding related, that's our wedding department. Let's talk a little bit about the wedding basics. So as previously mentioned, packages are offered both on board or shore. Now, the wedding couple must be booked on a cruise to book a wedding package. Please be sure to check availability, and the further out, the better, because as mentioned, this is an extremely popular option. Now, legal weddings must be booked at least a minimum of 60 days before the sail date. That's based on availability to make sure that we're able to get all of the documentation and proper paperwork in. We do also offer same gender services. It depends on the port, so please, again, confirm availability before booking. And we do offer weddings in Australia for embarkation in both Brisbane and Sydney. Please keep in mind that at-sea weddings and renewal of vows are also offered, but we do not offer wedding services in the destination ports for our Australia sailings. Also important to note, for sailings in Australia, we are not allowed to have non-sailing visitors on board for shipboard weddings at the embarkation ports. Now, speaking of which, so the first type of wedding is going to be an embarkation wedding, and we do this from our home ports. So an embarkation wedding takes place on the ship before the cruise begins, so the bride and groom can celebrate with their friends and family. This is really the best option for couples that have a lot of guests that are not able to sail with them. So they can have a combination of guests that are cruising with them and some non-sailing guests that are just on for the day. So typically we begin the arrival and embarkation around 10 a.m. for most of the ports for the wedding couple and their guests to arrive. The couple and their guests are then given priority boarding to get on board, to get settled and get ready for the ceremony. Now, please note, I mentioned that you can have a combination of guests that are sailing and non-sailing. There is a maximum of 50 non-sailing guests that are allowed per wedding. So keep that in mind. And again, the bride and groom must be on that cruise. Now, a wedding at sea is going to be more of a symbolic option. So it's not legally binding, and it is going to be offered on select ships and dates. So again, please check with our wedding department. Couples are required to provide a proof of legal marriage prior to sailing. This is a great option for couples that want to sail with everyone and celebrate. The ceremony is performed by one of our shipboard officers or a member of our management. But this way, the bride and groom can celebrate with all of their friends and family, and everyone can enjoy the cruise and the ports of call. Now, while the ship is in a port of call, we do destination weddings. So the first type is a destination onboard wedding. This is performed on board the ship while it is docked in one of the particular ports. This is really a great option for couples who want to have that island vibe wedding without actually getting off the ship and having everything set up and turnkey ready for them while on board. The other option is going to be a destination venue wedding, and this is going to happen off the ship at either a beach or a similarly beautiful location. It really gives a great opportunity for the couple and friends and family to take some breathtaking photos. Please keep in mind that some island venues only offer the shipboard weddings, and some islands offer both the shipboard and the venue option as well. So please check with the wedding department and know that there are 2 options in the various ports of call.
Now, for the ceremonies on board, we do use one of our lounges and we set it up in a traditional chapel type style with the white runner and the 2 white pillars. We also have floral arrangements. And depending on the tier that they select and what the vendor can provide, there may be some additional enhancements that can be added to the lounge. Now, the lounge is kept as private as possible because there are other guests on the cruise ship. We do have signage outside of the lounge where the ceremony is taking place, and we try to keep the event as private as possible. All of our shipboard wedding packages include a classic wedding cake, and our chefs do a phenomenal job of putting together some beautiful cake options. We can also host a reception on board. Again, depending on the tier and package that your wedding couple chooses, we have some beautiful hors d'oeuvres that can be set out, beautiful displays, ice carvings. So really, they can have the reception of their dreams following their ceremony on board the ship. Entertainment, we can certainly have a DJ available for the reception so the bride and groom can have their first dance together and all of their friends and family can celebrate reception style and have some entertainment on board the ship. Photography and videography is definitely a big one for our wedding couples. So for the wedding day photography, Carnival's professional photography team will be included with the wedding packages, and then the photographs are all sold separately. There's a couple different packages that they can purchase. We can also have a videographer there to do short video clips with musical backing. The highlights will include the ceremony and the reception. The video will also include clips of the wedding couple around the ship after the wedding. It does not contain the original audio from the ceremony, and it's presented on a USB flash drive. So the video can be purchased separately or as an additional upgrade to any of our wedding photography collections. Let's talk about the different packages available. So the first one is going to be an intimate ceremony, and then there's going to be 3 different levels: gold, platinum, and diamond tiers. This is going to include 2 to 10 guests max. That includes the wedding couple. And then it depends on how many additions they want to add on, whether it is gold, platinum, or diamond. The next level up is the grand ceremony. Again, 3 different tiers: gold, platinum, and diamond. This is going to include 11 or more guests, including the couple. Sometimes, depending on the ship, it is capped out at 35 guests. And again, depending on how elaborate and what they want for add-ons, determines whether it's gold, platinum, or diamond. And then finally, we've got the Carnival Classic, again, with the 3 different tiers. This is going to be for larger wedding groups, starting at 20 guests, including the couple. Again, 50 non-sailing guests maximum for embarkation weddings. But this is going to be the larger groups, and again, 3 different tiers: gold, platinum, and diamond. Now, the prices are all going to be in US dollars and are going to be based upon, one, the package that's selected, again, intimate, grand, or classic, gold, platinum, or diamond tier. It's also going to be based on the ship and based on the location. Now, in addition to doing our Carnival weddings, we also offer 2 different renewal of vows packages. So the couple must be legally married before booking a renewal of vows package. Proof of marriage is required at the time of booking. Obviously, the couple must be booked on the cruise as well. The ceremony is performed by the ship's captain or an officer in a private location. They're then given a keepsake certificate signed by the captain and presented in a nice leather certificate holder. It also comes along with a long stem rose for the bride and a matching boutonniere for the groom. There's a 2-tier wedding cake, a sparkling wine toast, some pre-recorded music for the ceremony, and photography service, just like our wedding packages. So let's talk through a few of the frequently asked questions. What is the maximum number of non-sailing guests that they can have at the wedding? I think we've gone through this one, but the maximum is 50 non-sailing guests that will be allowed per wedding. That's for an embarkation wedding where you have guests just coming on for the day. Now, does the couple need to cruise to have a Carnival wedding? Yes, that is a big resounding yes. Is the cruise price included in the wedding package? No. So typically the best way to handle would be to check wedding space, book the bride and groom, and then the bride and groom can handle booking their wedding package separately. Can they pay with the wedding over time? So for wedding services, payment is required in full at time of booking, but if they are using something like Uplift, they can make a payment plan and make payments over time. Is there a special time of the year where packages are discounted? No, package prices are the same all year long. And again, the package prices are going to depend on the ship and the location of the port. Is there a penalty for canceling? Yes, there is a non-refundable fee to book, and then additional fees may apply based on the time of cancellation notice and the sale date. Few more questions. How long does the ceremony typically last? The ceremony typically lasts 15 to 20 minutes long. How do you determine what wedding lounge the wedding will be in? So our group event planning team will assign based on the availability and the size of the wedding group. And again, we use all of our lounges and multi-purpose them. We add that beautiful aisle runner along with the columns and flowers and decorate the lounge to make it perfect for the bride and groom. Will the ceremony be performed by the ship's captain? Now, legally, our captains can only officiate renewal of vows. An officiant will be provided at embarkation weddings and also any of the destination weddings. Couples can also provide their own officiant. The only exception right now is Grand Turk. But again, please check with the wedding department for additional details. Do you perform same-sex marriages? Yes, we do offer same-sex ceremonies in all of our U.S. embarkation ports and in Key West. Same-sex destination weddings is going to be based on the availability in the countries that we visit. So again, please check with the wedding department. So how do you actually book a Carnival wedding? So as mentioned at the very beginning, we've got our Carnival's wedding department. They're open Monday through Friday from 9 a.m. to 5:30 p.m. Eastern Time. You can also send them an email, but you would want to check to make sure the wedding space is available prior to booking the cruise. Now then, once you've confirmed that the space is available, you will need to book the bride and groom's cruise. So they have to have a cruise book before they can actually book the wedding. Now, you want to do this as soon as possible. As mentioned, it's an extremely popular option for bride and grooms, and we have quite a bit of demand. So the earlier, the better. And as soon as you have them booked, I would encourage the bride and groom to start working on their wedding package because it is available on a first come, first served basis. The wedding package itself must be paid in full at the time of booking with a credit card, and a portion of that price is non-refundable. So to view more details on our weddings, please visit goccl.com and click on Marketing Tools. Under Marketing Tools, you'll be able to view a wedding brochure with full details on the various packages and package prices. And just like that, you're on your way to becoming an expert in fun. Thank you for watching our video on Carnival's wedding program. Remember to complete the short quiz to complete this training. And for more information on this topic and more, please visit goccl.com. Thank you so much for your support of Carnival Cruise Line.
All right, test time. Oh, you kitty. All right, which of these Carnival wedding options are available to couples? Vow renewals, embarkation wedding, onboard destination, all the above, right?
All of the above.
Carnival's wedding department will only book the wedding once the couple's booking has been deposited.
True.
Probably say true, yeah. Which of the following is not included as an option for the wedding package?
Spa.
Spa. Thank you. And Carnival's wedding department will help with the proposal planning.
False.
Thank you. All right. So we got all the above. True, spa, false. Ding, ding, ding. 100%. Very good.
Yeah.
You guys got that?
Yep.
You good? Perfect. All
I'm
right.
good.
Almost done. See what the next one is.
305? The
I
next one?
think so. I think so.
Yeah.
All right. And the electives, I think you could maybe do on your own unless we want to stay on doing them. So that's up to you guys. But Fly to Fun program. All right, so this is where you've got the flexible restricted air options. You also have customized flight itineraries, built-in flight protection, learn how to book flights easily through GoCCL. And this is when I talked on another training the other night about I like booking flights like this because they guarantee to get your customer to the next port if for any reason there is a delay, cancellation, etc. Where if you book directly, you don't like through Expedia or through the airline direct, then you have to worry about having to read book and everything else. So anytime you have the chance to do it as a package, I highly recommend it. So let's watch that and it'll explain it.
Hello and welcome to our Learn and Earn program, Carnival's Travel Advisor Training Program. As an advisor selling Carnival to your clients, your role is a critical one to the Carnival brand. Thank you in advance for your commitment to learning about the fun, value, and memorable experiences that Carnival Cruise Lines brings to millions of guests worldwide. In today's module, we'll be talking about Carnival's Fly to Fun program. And our topics will include what is Fly to Fun? We'll talk about the 2 different Fly to Fun options.
My gosh, Kitty. Sorry.
We do not allow name changes under our airplanes prior to the for everything altogether, including their cruise, flights, and transfers. Now, our Fly to Fun program does offer competitive air, and it gives your clients the ability to customize that air. As part of our Fly to Fun program, we do have 2 different options. The first one is going to be flexible air. Flexible air is going to be the easiest option. So it is a convenient flight booking through Carnival, so your guests can pay for both their flight and their cruise together. It does include our Fly to Fun travel protection, which means that if the flight is delayed or interrupted, Carnival will make sure that guests are taken care of. It also can be booked roughly 321 days prior to the flight and has to be booked at least 4 days before the cruise begins. Now, I mentioned just a moment ago that Fly to Fun gives your clients flexibility to search different schedules. They can go ahead and lock in their flights, and air payment is not required until the final cruise payment. Now, because of that, that means that any changes that they have to make, if they change ships or sail dates, or if they needed to change staterooms or change flights, they could do that all the way up until final payment. They can even cancel. So if they wanted to lock in their flights and then ended up canceling the flight, they could do that without any penalty or without any service fees. Now, once you're within final payment and within 60 days prior to the sailing, there is a $200 per person service fee for any changes or cancellations. That's in addition to any additional costs that the air carrier may pass along to us. And again, because you're booking air, we do not allow name changes under our air program. So flexible air allows them to book their air, but they don't have to pay for it until final payment. The other kind of air is going to be our restricted air. Now, restricted air is going to be a slightly better price, and just like it sounds, it's going to be a little more restricted. Just like the flexible air, it does allow them to have a flight booking through Carnival where they're paying for both their air and their cruise together. It does include our Fly to Fun travel protection, where we will make sure that if there's a delay or interruption, that we're able to get them to the ship. Just like flexible air, it opens 321 days prior to the sailing and must be booked at least 4 days before the cruise begins. Now, the difference with this one is as soon as they lock in their air schedule and they get a flight confirmation, full payment for the flight is required within 2 hours. So they do have to pay for this one up front. And because they are paying for this one up front and the charges are non-refundable, that means that any type of changes that they made would be subject to various penalties and fees based on what the carrier's availability is, what type of fare restrictions they may have, and what type of change fees they may have. So obviously no name changes allowed. So 2 different types of air. Flexible air, they can go ahead and lock in their air schedule but don't have to pay for it until final payment. Restricted air is going to be a better price, but full payment for the air is required up front. Now, with both of these programs, let's talk about our Fly to Fun highlights. So Fly to Fun is now available to be booked through GoCCL, and I'm going to show you how to do that in just a moment here. Formerly, it was only available to be booked through our contact center. You can still call our contact center and they can book the air for you, or you can use GoCCL and have that flexibility right there at your fingertips. Now, with our air program, I mentioned at the very beginning, it allows your clients to have a lot of flexibility in their air options. So they can choose from specific carriers, they can look at specific flights, they can also look at different classes of service. So if they wanted to be in economy, or if they wanted to be in first class or business class, they have those options as well. They can also customize the schedule and choose to go a couple of days beforehand if they wanted to do a pre-package, or stay a couple of days after if they wanted to do a post-package, but it does allow them that flexibility. Also, we touched on this just briefly, but Carnival does provide flight protection in the event that there is any type of flight disruption. So if there is an interruption or a delay in the flight, Carnival will do everything within our power to get your clients to embarkation in time to board the ship. Or if we miss embarkation, we will get them to the first port of call as long as it's not violating the Jones Act. So how to book Flight of Fun? Because I think this is the big question on everyone's mind. So I mentioned you can now do it through GoCCL. When you go to GoCCL, if you go to the Booking tab off the toolbar and click on Manage Booking. So Manage Booking, you'll put your booking number in here. If you don't know that, put in the last name of the guest along with their ship, and it will pull up their booking confirmation screen. So once you are here, you'll want to go to the middle of the screen and select My Cruise Manager. So when you select My Cruise Manager, it's going to redirect you to carnival.com and put you in the client's online cruise manager. Now, when you're in the screen, and by the way, you can come here to help them with other type of add-ons and additions as well, but you know you're in here as the travel advisor because it says right here in the upper right-hand corner, travel agent. Once you are in this screen right here, you'll look at the categories tab, and there is a drop-down menu. So if we do the drop-down, you'll notice you get a bunch of different options that you can add on to the cruise package, and one of them is Flight of Fun. So let's click on Flight of Fun, and it's going to pull up our Flight of Fun booking engine. So you'll notice it automatically pre-populates the booking number. All you have to do is hit Search Flight. Now, just a very quick note that if the booking is not deposited, you do have to have a deposit on the booking to be able to search for the flights. If you did not have a deposit, when you click Search Flights, it's going to tell you that you have to have a deposit. So let's click Search Flights. And what we're going to see here is a screen that has all of the basic information pre-populated. So at the very top, you're going to see that it says who you're booking for. So it automatically defaults to the guests that are in the room. If you only needed air for one person in the room, or if you were doing flight schedules from different cities, you could always just do one of them and then click the next one later and do a different city. You'll also notice that it is going to put in the cruise departure date and the cruise return date. Now, also from the screen, you're going to have a couple different qualifiers that you can look through. You can sort by the number of stops. So if they wanted a nonstop flight, if they were okay and they're just looking price and they were okay with multiple stops, you could choose up to 2 stops, or you could just leave it set at any. You can also choose the airline. So in this case, I'm going to choose Delta. And then down below, what you'll notice are more qualifiers. So both the departure flight getting to the cruise ship and the return flight getting home from the cruise ship. So on this side, you can choose the different classes of service. You also have boxes that you can put in the airports. You can change the airports if you want. So in this case, they're flying into London Heathrow, but let's say they wanted to go into Paris beforehand. You could have them flying into Paris and then flying home from London, or any combination of cities. It also defaults automatically to the date of cruise departure and the date of cruise return. If you wanted to change those, all you would do is click on the box. It does pull up a calendar box where you can select a different date. This is how you could do a pre or post with the air, but I would always recommend that you at least fly in the day before for a cruise. So especially if we're doing a European cruise. So I'm going to do it for one day before the cruise and then one day after the cruise. Once I've selected my qualifiers, the next screen I'm going to see is going to give me some recommended flights at the top. So it's always going to give you what your lowest price option is and also what your shortest flight option is. Down below are the different flights that meet your criteria. So in this case, we have 32 different flights. You can go through and you can then filter even more. You can look at restricted fare types or flexible fare types. You can again look at how many stops the flight makes. You can look at various departure times. So you can filter a little bit more from this screen as well. And remember those two different types of air. You will see options for both flexible air and restricted air. Now, in this case, I'm booking very close in. Remember, I have all the way up until 4 days prior to the cruise departure. So I'm booking pretty close in. So I do get both options, and they're both comparable. I'm going to go ahead and select the flexible air. So I'll hit the select button. And what you'll see on the next screen is it's going to show me that departure flight that I just selected, and it's going to give me options down below for the return flight. Now, when I initially did this, I had a lot of flights that were stopping, had 2 or 3 stops involved. So I went through the filters and I actually did nonstop because they want to get home as quick as possible. Once you select that, you will filter even more and it'll show you the options that meet that criteria. In this case, there is a little bit more additional. So on some of the flights that had like 2 or 3 stops, there was 0 additional. In this case, it's going to be about 300. It's 307.22 cents more per person, but it's a non-stop direct flight. So I'm going to choose the first option here. And again, I'm looking at flexible air. And what I'll get after that is a flight review screen. So here are the flights that we selected. Here's going to be our departure flight. And if I needed to change that, there is a hyperlink that I could change the flight. I also have the return flight listed, and if I needed to change that, there's another hyperlink. And then down below is going to be our fare summary. So it's the total amount of the flight, $3,603.80. And as mentioned with flexible air, no money due at time of booking. That's due with final payment. So everything looks good. I'm going to go ahead and hit book now. So the next screen that I'm going to get will be the guest information. So it'll have each guest broken down. You'll notice in the middle of the screen there is a drop down where you can add their frequent flyer information. If there's any special services that are required, like a wheelchair, you could also add that here. And then you also need to enter how they prefer to get their flight notifications. So you can put in either their email or their mobile number or both of them. And then if they don't want any type of notifications, they would have to click the button to opt out. So you do have to do this for all the guests in the room. And at the bottom of the screen, again, you'll see that breakdown that shows what the pricing is, what's due right now. And all you have to do is hit the continue button. So from here, you're going to get the terms and conditions for the air transportation. You can look through the terms for the flexible air in this case that tells you what the rules are. We talked about no name changes allowed. We talked about any changes made within 60 days have a $200 fee and any additional applicable fees. Also, it says that we're not responsible for any type of baggage fees because those are airline imposed, and that if they cancel, that air could possibly be in penalty. So in this case, we're outside of penalty, but you do have to read through these, click the I have read and understood and accept above conditions, and then hit accept and book. Congratulations, you have a flight booking now. So this is going to be your flight confirmation, and from here you're going to have your air booking number. You're also going to have a couple different hyperlinks that I would suggest that you read through or that your clients read through because they can see this in their online cruise manager. But you'll see a link that has the different baggage fees. You'll see another link that says manage your flights. So manage your flights is if they wanted to go, maybe you didn't add their frequent flyer number, maybe you didn't choose a seat for them and they want to fly together. And then the other link I want you to pay attention to is the print. So if you wanted to print this out, I always think it's a good idea to have this confirmation because until the air gets ticketed, you won't see it show up. You won't see the schedule show up. So make sure you always print this out. They could also do managed flights from here if they wanted to go ahead and request their seats. If they have their seats, it would show up right here. So I've made the air reservation. I've gone back into GoCCL. I'm under Manage Booking. And now what you'll see when we look down into the pricing breakdown, you'll see the fare information and you'll see that $3,603.80 added to transportation add-on. So that's going to be the air that was added. Also on your guest confirmation, there will be a note there about the air and the terms and conditions, but you have successfully added air to a cruise booking. So that's how you would make a reservation through GoCCL. Let's talk through a few of the Fly to Fun frequently asked questions. So first, does the deposit need to be made on a booking to book air with Fly to Fun? The answer is yes. So you do have to have a deposit before you can book Fly to Fun. Remember, I told you if you try to do it through the online cruise manager, it will prompt you with a notice that you're not able to book unless there's a deposit. That brings up the other question, can you check flights and pricing on Fly to Fun without having a reservation? No, unfortunately, you do have to have a cruise reservation with a deposit before you can look for flights. So most of the time, I would recommend getting a general idea of what flights are pricing out to be, and then you can always research for the client after the cruise booking is made. What is the latest date you can add air? So we talked about this with both different types of air, so both flexible and restricted air, you can add all the way up until 4 days prior to the sailing, assuming that the availability is there. Now, can my client fly in a couple days before or leave a couple days after the cruise date if they wanted to do a pre or post? Absolutely. So they have full flexibility. They can customize and arrange their flight dates either before or after their cruise, however long they want to do it. This is when we get a lot. What happens if my client has a child that is under 2 years old traveling in their lap? The way you would do that is you need to first book your adult clients and do their Fly to Fun air booking. Don't book the child. And then you would need to call us at 1-800-CARNIVAL and advise us that your client will have an infant in lap. We'll be able to note the reservation. That way the airline knows they're coming. Now, does Carnival offer transportation to and from the airport and port? Yes, we do offer transportation services. We do offer transfers both on days of embarkation and debarkation, but transfers must be purchased separately through GoCCL under the Manage Booking. There is a link there that says transfers. So just keep in mind that transfers are only offered on day of embarkation and day of disembarkation. So even if they're flying in a couple days before, they won't be able to do those transfers until the actual day of the cruise. Now, can my client select their preferred airline? Absolutely. We just did that a moment ago. They can customize however they like. They can choose their preferred airline. They can choose their preferred travel dates. They can look at the different classes of service. They can look at times. They can look at how many layovers there are. So they can fully customize it with whatever their preferences are. Now, what is the latest arrival time and the earliest departure time? Fly to Fun does take all of the sailing information into consideration, so it's not going to let you book anything that is going to be too late to get you into the cruise or anything that's too early to get you home from the cruise. So we make sure that you do have sufficient time based on what the guidelines are for embarkation and debarkation. And just like that, you're on your way to becoming an expert in fun. Thank you so much for watching our video on Carnival's Fly to Fun program. Remember to complete the short quiz to complete this training. And for more information on this topic and more, please visit GoCCL.com. Thank you so much for your support of Carnival Cruise Line.
All right. Quiz time. Excuse me. All right. Which Fly to Fun option allows air payments to be due at the same time as the final cruise payment? Flexible air, restricted air, or both flexible and restricted? Hey. So air payment to be due at the same time as the cruise. I say both. What do you guys think?
Both.
It's
Okay.
Fly to Fun option allows airline to do the same time on the final cruise.
I thought it was flexible. I thought restricted was due at the time.
I know it's flexible because I have it written down, but I can't remember.
I understood that because you can only buy it once you got the deposit paid for the cruise.
Right. So is it
So it's restricted.
So the payment
is both flexible and restricted?
Well, I was thinking both, but again, we're having.
Yeah,
Okay.
that's what I thought.
Yeah.
Okay, flight of
I'm
funds
not sure.
purchased up to 15 days prior to sailing. I thought it was up to only, I think we do it up to 4 days or something.
4
wasn't
days.
4 days.
And
Yeah.
until 15 days, it's 4 days. So that's false.
it? Okay, air protection automatically included with our air program. I think that's true, isn't
I
it?
believe it's true.
Yeah, because they said they get you there.
Yeah.
Flexible fares allow clients to make changes 30 days prior to cruise departure without a penalty.
False.
False.
I
60
think
days.
that's 60 days.
Okay.
Yeah.
You must have a deposit on the booking to search for flight. I would say that's
True.
True.
Yes, true.
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 All right, let's try it. So hopefully we'll get 100. If not, maybe we'll get 90, depending on the number one.
Oh,
Ooh,
80.
80.
I got 80.
All right, so it
It's
probably
probably that first
just
one.
flexible.
It's probably both.
Yeah.
It's the flexible one. I just changed my answer.
Okay, perfect.
Yeah, the first one is the flexible.
Okay.
Oh, it's the flexible. Okay.
Well, we still
Yeah.
passed. Everybody
Yes, we
good?
did.
As long as we still pass, we're still good. So, all right, how many more do we have? Thanks, guys, for hanging out.
3.
I know it's
There's 3 more in the diamond courses.
okay. And
Welcome
the other
home.
ones is electives, so I think those are things you can do like on your own if you'd like. It's not mandatory. So
Yeah.
all right, so we have welcome home, the vacation protection plan, and then the rewards. So let's finish this up and hopefully you guys will get your certificate. I have to still go back and do mine. So this video provides comprehensive overview of the Welcome Home program, detailing how you can help your guests book future cruises within 4 weeks to receive exclusive perks like reduced deposits, upgrades, and onboard credit. So it's up to
Hello,
4
and
weeks.
welcome to our Learn and Earn program, Carnival's Travel Advisor Training Program. As an advisor selling Carnival to your clients, your role is a critical one to our brand. Thank you in advance for your commitment to learning about Carnival Cruise Line and the fun, value, and memorable experiences that Carnival brings to millions of guests worldwide.
Training.
In
That's
this
Saturday
course, you will
training.
learn all about Carnival's Welcome Home program. Our topics will include what
Yeah,
is
with Jimmy.
Carnival's Future Cruise Vacation program, Future Cruise Vacation offer details, how to book clients, frequently asked questions, and following up with returning clients. Every one of our guests will receive an exclusive offer to book a future Carnival cruise within 4 weeks after returning from a Carnival cruise. They will also receive up to $50 in onboard credit. Now for the exciting part, the offer details. Your clients will get early saver rates, which include price protection, 50% reduced deposits, a 2-category upgrade, and an onboard credit for up to $50 per stateroom. You can book this offer for your clients within 4 weeks of them returning from their current cruise. Plus, these offers can now be booked into groups. Ready to book your client for the Welcome Home offer? Go to goccl.com. In the navigation, hover over Booking. Then in the drop-down under Create Booking, click on Individual Stateroom. Because the Welcome Home offer is exclusive and associated to each guest who sails, it gets added to their VIFP number. To see which offers your client has available, look under Individual Booking and enter their VIFP number. If you do not know it, just click on the magnifying glass and enter their name and date of birth. This will bring up their VIFP number. Click on the Add Number button. Your client's VIFP number will be filled in, and you will now see a link to view the special offers available to them. Click on that link. Now you will see all the current offers associated with your client's VIFP number. Choose the offer your client is interested in. In this case, it's the early saver. Then click on OFW to see the sailings where the Welcome Home offer is available. Once you select the sailing your client is interested in, you will see the offers available to your client, including the Welcome Home offer. From there, you are ready to book your client on their next cruise. Now let's come over some frequently asked questions about the Welcome Home offer program. Why doesn't Carnival have a program for my clients to book on board? Your clients are there to have fun, and we don't want them to miss out on any of it. That's why we're offering a more convenient way for them to book it. with the added benefits of reduced deposits and free upgrades. Plus, after their cruise, they will have 4 weeks to plan their next one. What ships will offer this program? All of our Carnival ships will offer the promotion except for their Australia sailings. Is the new offer combinable with group bookings? Yes, it is. This offer will be available to book into group reservations. Is this offer combinable with any other offers or promotions? No, this offer may not be combined with any other offers or promotions. How long does my client have to book their next cruise using this offer? Guests have 4 weeks after their cruise to book their next vacation. They can also book while on board from a smartphone or in the Fun Hub. Guests only need their VIFP number to take advantage of the offer. If I find a better offer and utilize price protection for this promotion, can I keep my onboard credit? The Welcome Home offer does come with the pricing protection of Early Saver. If you find a better offer for your client, they can get it, but they might lose the Welcome Home offer benefits, including onboard credit, 2-category upgrade, and reduced deposit. Will my client get to keep the Welcome Home offer benefits if they want to change ships and or the sail date? If your client wants to change to a new ship and or sail date, you will have to book an open promotion for that sailing. If the Welcome Home offer is not open on the new ship and or sail date, then you will lose the Welcome Home offer benefits. The Welcome Home program is a great way to follow up with your clients and get their next cruise booked. Check out our customizable Welcome Home offer program flyer on GoCCL and the Marketing Collateral Library. Add your contact information to the flyer and share it with your clients as soon as they return from their cruise and help them plan their next memorable Carnival vacation. And just like that, you are on your way to becoming an expert in fun. Thank you for watching our video on Carnival's Welcome Home program. Remember to take the short quiz to complete this training. For more information on this topic and more, please visit goccl.com. Thank you so much for your support of Carnival Cruise Line.
And just like that. All right. How long after their cruise does a guest have to use the Welcome Home offer? 2 weeks?
4 weeks.
6 months?
4 weeks.
4 weeks.
4 weeks. How long after does they have? 4 weeks. Welcome Home offer benefits include the following options: onboard credit, 2-category upgrade, reduced deposit, price protection, all the above.
All of the above.
And what do I need to book my client's Welcome Home offer? Birthday, zip code, VIP number, right?
Yeah, VIP number.
What ships offer the Welcome Home program? All Carnival, only XL, only Carnival ships except Australia, US based.
The third one without Australia.
All except Australia. Okay, thank you. Very good. You guys are great. Look at you.
100%. Wow.
Yeah, doing well. I don't know if you notice up here as you're completing them, you're earning points. So check your thing. All right. So 2 more. Vacation protection plan. Always offer the take protection plan. If they decline it, make them sign the credit card authorization form that it was offered, but that they declined it. Because if there's any problems, you have documentation. Okay.
Do people actually decline?
Yeah.
In your experience?
A lot of people, they want the cheapest price. They don't want to pay that extra price.
Wow.
So, and then they get upset
when things go wrong.
Yes, yeah. Exactly. And it's like, look, I offered it. So that's why I like on packages, booking on VAX, because it has it built right in. Otherwise, if you do it elsewhere, you do the tin leg, but still always offer that way. At least you're covering yourself. So, all right.
Okay. My last client, she went on a cruise for her birthday a couple of months ago, and she declined the protection. Well, things started happening at home, and she goes, well, what happens if I don't go on the trip? I said, well, then you lost it. I have a record that you said no to the protection. Yeah. She goes, oh my God, I didn't understand. I said, I went through everything with you. So yeah, it's really important to make sure our clients do understand and get that protection.
And would it help like to explain to them when they say they don't want to explain that these are the things that can go wrong, and that you would lose more than you gain from just covering yourself. It's like any other insurance, car insurance or life insurance, everything, all the other insurances that we get. If you're not covered, then you lose out. If we present it like that, is that a good way, or does that sound like you're pushing them?
No, that definitely. And again, when you click on it to quote it, it prints all that out for them on that itinerary. So you can point it out to them. Look, this is what it covers, and then they can upgrade even from that. So they have like basic or upgraded and stuff. So they have it all right there to explain it. And it's like, some of them you just get a credit back. Some of them you can get cash back. Some of them, no matter what, you can cancel for any reason. But of course, the price changes based on those decisions. So I usually just do the basic at first. And then when they come to it, it's like, oh, well, maybe we should do this or maybe we should do that. A lot of people say start at the top because then you work your way down. Don't start at the very bottom either, because then it's like, oh, I don't want to pay extra, so, or start in the middle and then they have their choice of up or down. But as long as you're sharing it. So, okay. So this one now is the Carnival Protection Program: benefits, coverage, benefits, enrollment process, claim procedures, tips for effective selling. So they're going to tell you how to sell it. So.
Hello and welcome to our Learn and Earn program, Carnival's Travel Advisor Training Program. As an advisor selling Carnival to your clients, your role is a critical one to the Carnival brand. Thank you in advance for your commitment to learning about Carnival Cruise Line and the fun, value, and memorable experiences that Carnival brings to millions of guests worldwide. In today's module, we'll be covering Carnival Vacation Protection, and our topics will include: what is Carnival Vacation Protection? Why sell Carnival Vacation Protection? The different coverages under the plan. We'll also talk about how to enroll in Carnival Vacation Protection and then how to use it if needed. And finally, we'll wrap up with tips for selling vacation protection. So let's get started. So what is Carnival Vacation Protection? Carnival Vacation Protection, or CVP as we call it internally, is a package of both insurance and non-insurance benefits. So because of this, we do not call it travel insurance. We do call it vacation protection. So please be sure that's the term that you're always using. But it's made up of 3 different programs. The first is the cancellation fee waiver program. This is a non-insurance benefit that's provided by Carnival Cruise Line and administered by Aon Affinity. The next section is travel insurance benefits. This is underwritten by Nationwide Mutual Insurance Company and affiliated companies, and administered by Aon Affinity. And then finally, you have the Worldwide Emergency Assistance, again, another non-insurance service provided by On Call International. So the collection of these 3 programs makes up the Carnival Vacation Protection Program. So if you have clients that have specific, state-specific questions about the vacation protection and what is
little guy. Here. Sorry, guys.
By Aon Affinity. The next section is travel insurance benefits. This is underwritten by Nationwide Mutual Insurance Company and affiliated companies and administered by Aon Affinity. And then finally, you have the Worldwide Emergency Assistance, again, another non-insurance service provided by On Call International. So the collection of these 3 programs makes up the Carnival Vacation Protection Program. So if you have clients that have specific questions about the vacation protection and what is covered, they can always visit www.affinitytravelcert.com. Now, why sell vacation protection? The bigger question is, why not sell vacation protection? Because it really brings peace of mind to both you and your clients, both before the cruise and during their vacation. Carnival Vacation Protection is commissionable at 10%, and it does include a cancel for any reason feature. So if it is a covered reason, guests would be eligible for 100% cash reimbursement of any penalties. And if they just decide to cancel for any reason, they're having a bad hair day, they don't like who they're traveling with, they would be eligible for a 75% future cruise credit on whatever the cancellation penalties are. Now, vacation protection also includes reimbursement for necessary shipboard medical expenses and medical expenses incurred in another country. There's also coverage for more routine things that happen, like trip delays or lost baggage, and then a 24-hour worldwide assistance line to help with emergencies like lost passports or prescriptions or even emergency medical evacuation. Now let's talk through the different programs that are under the Carnival Vacation Protection. So the first one is the Carnival Cancellation Fee Waiver Program. Again, this is a benefit provided by Carnival and administered by Aon Affinity, and it would include trip cancellation, which also includes any air or land that are booked through Carnival, that if it's a covered reason, they would receive a cash refund up to the total cruise vacation cost. For trip interruption, again, including any air or land booked through Carnival. If it's a covered reason, again, they would receive a cash refund up to the total cruise vacation cost. And then if it's not a covered reason, the cancel for any reason, they would get a 75% future cruise credit of any cancellation penalties imposed. Now the next portion, the Carnival Travel Insurance Program, this is underwritten by Nationwide Insurance Company and again, administered by Aon Affinity. This would also include trip cancellation and trip interruption for any independently booked air, and that would be up to the total original airfare cost. Any type of trip delay, they would be eligible for up to $500 per guest reimbursement. Accident, medical, or sickness medical, up to $10,000 each per guest. This is a big one, emergency evacuation or repatriation, because nobody ever expects to have an emergency on the ship, but if you do, they will be covered up to $30,000 per guest. And then for any lost bags or baggage delay, up to $1,500 or $500 per guest. And then finally, the Carefree Worldwide Emergency Assistance. Again, this is a 24/7 hotline provided by On Call International. It includes the Carefree Travel Assistance. So while you are traveling, if you have any delays or interruptions, medical assistance, if there are any medical expenses or emergencies in the ports of call, and then the emergency services for things, again, like lost passports or prescriptions or emergency medical evacuation. Let's talk through the trip cancellation and trip interruption. So this would be if they had to cancel in advance or en route to their cruise. So some of the eligible reasons that would be covered. On the non-medical side, job loss is covered. If they have jury duty, that would also be covered. If they're involved in an accident on their way to the cruise terminal, that would be covered as well, or on their way to the airport. If there's a severe weather warning or watch, and that's either en route or in their departure point, that would be covered. That does have to be issued by NOAA. If they had a natural disaster that made their home inhabitable, that would also be covered. Now, the medical side is going to cover illness, injury, and death. So any of the covered reasons would receive a cash refund up to the total cost of the prepaid cruise vacation, including the air purchase through Carnival. As previously mentioned, if they had independently booked air and they had that unused ticket, they would also get the refund of the original airfare cost, and it would also cover the single supplement charge. Now, as we're talking through medical, let's talk about whose health issues qualify for the cancellation or interruption. Obviously, the insured guest. If the traveling companion had a health issue, then the other guests would be able to cancel as well. And then if any of the immediate family members of both the insured guest or the traveling companion have illness, injury, or death, they would also qualify for the trip cancellation or interruption. Now, immediate family members are considered either a spouse or domestic partner, parents, step-parents and in-laws, children, stepchildren and foster children, grandparents and grandchildren, siblings and step-siblings, as well as aunts, uncles, nieces, nephews, and cousins. So that's who would qualify if any of these immediate family members, again, had illness, injury, or death. Let's talk about pre-existing conditions, because there is a pre-existing condition exclusion. So a pre-existing medical condition is an illness, disease, or other condition that first presents itself or becomes worse during the 60-day period before vacation protection is purchased for either the guest, the traveling companion, or the immediate family member who is scheduled to travel with the guest. So the condition they can have a condition, but it must be stabled and controlled during the 60-day period prior to them purchasing Carnival Vacation Protection. Now, know that the pre-existing condition exclusion does not apply for any type of medical evacuations from the ship or repatriations. The 60 days prior to purchasing would only apply to the travelers, not to family members back home. So if a family member's condition worsened or they passed away, they wouldn't have that exclusion. And then some of the situations that would exclude coverage would be in the 60 days prior to purchasing vacation protection, if they received a recommendation for a diagnostic test, an examination or medical treatment, or something that prompts a change in their medication. So please don't try to speculate. If there are ever any pre-existing condition questions, please reach out and talk to Aon Affinity, because we want you to have the knowledge about selling vacation protection, but we also don't want you to be vacation protection agents. In addition to the pre-existing condition exclusion, let's talk about a few other exclusions. This would be an exclusion where they would not get a cash refund. It would not be a covered reason. As mentioned, if it's a pre-existing condition, which would be a condition that presents, worsens, becomes acute, or has symptoms causing the person to seek either diagnosis, care, or treatment, or prompts a change in medication during the 60 days prior to purchasing, then it would not be covered. If it's a condition related to drug or alcohol abuse, then it would not be covered. If it's a business obligation or a school obligation that's preventing you from traveling, that would not be included, that would not be covered. Any type of deployment for the armed services, that would not be covered, although we do have a process in place if our members of the armed services are called to duty. And then certainly if anyone commits an unlawful act and is imprisoned and not able to go, that's not included. So we've talked about trip cancellation and delay for covered reasons. Let's talk about non-covered reasons that will qualify for the cancel for any reason. So cancel for any reason, let's a guest cancel really for any reason. If they can't find the right dress, if they're not feeling particularly cruisy, maybe they're not getting along with their traveling companion, for any reason. So they do have to purchase the vacation protection by final payment to have the cancel for any reason clause. If they purchase it within final payment, they do not have the option to cancel for any reason. So cancel for any reason does award them 75% future cruise credit of any cancellation fees imposed by Carnival. And this would include cruise, airs, transfers, anything that has a penalty imposed. It does not apply to independent airfare though. And please know that no-shows or anyone denied boarding are not eligible for cancel for any reason future cruise credits either. So if you know someone has to cancel them as soon as possible rather than letting them be a no-show. So you're on your way to your cruise and you're delayed. Let's talk about some of the eligible reasons that would be covered for a trip delay. That could be adverse weather that's in your way, if there is some type of air carrier delay, if there's an unannounced strike, if there is a documented travel accident en route to your departure that you're not involved in or that your client is not involved with, it would be covered. If there are lost or stolen passports or travel documents, if there's some sort of quarantine reason, if there is civil disorder, let's hope not, but those would all qualify for trip delay. Now, a couple of the benefits, if your trip is delayed or you're delayed in getting to your cruise, then one of the new benefits is a one-way economy ticket to catch up to where your ship is or to fly back home. Also receive reimbursement for any unused prepaid land or cruise arrangements. You can get reimbursement for meals and accommodations and for telephone calls, all up to $500 per guest. Baggage protection, unfortunately, it happens. So eligible reasons for baggage protection coverage would be loss, theft, or damage of baggage during your trip. And it could be a delay from one of the common air carriers for 24 hours or more during your covered trip. Please note that the reimbursement for lost, stolen, or damaged baggage and personal effects is up to $1,500 per guest. And then if it's delayed, again, for 24 hours or more, the reimbursement for the purchase of necessary items is up to $500 per guest. Please keep in mind that the baggage coverage is secondary. The guest must first file with the party responsible, that would be either the airline, the cruise line, the hotel, and with their homeowners or renters insurance policy. So this would be a secondary coverage for their baggage protection. Accident, sickness, and medical protection. So what's covered? So it would be if you are on the ship or within a foreign country, physicians, laboratories, and hospitalizations, any type of prescriptions, any dental, and then any eligible physician-ordered medical services within 1 year. So the benefits are the cost of the medical services occurred during the covered trip will be covered up to $10,000 per guest. So the guests must pay while they're on vacation and then file for reimbursement. So reimbursement is given after the services are rendered, after they return home. And then again, medical protection is secondary to the guest's personal medical insurance. So guests must first file with their primary insurer and then file a claim with Aon Affinity. Emergency medical evacuation and repatriation. I think this is a big one and a very compelling reason to purchase vacation protection. So it does cover any type of physician-ordered emergency medical transportation. That's if our shipboard doctor decides that the guest is not stable enough and they have to be airlifted off of the ship or taken by ambulance off the ship. And this also covers if a guest passes away, it does cover the preparation and transportation of a guest's remains. So the emergency medical evacuation and repatriation remains up to $30,000 each per guest. And this is prepaid and coordinated by On Call International. So this is not like medical or the baggage where they have to pay and then file. This would be coordinated and prepaid by On Call International. The 24/7 worldwide assistance services, again, provided by On Call International. We talked a little bit about the Carefree Travel Assistance. So this is if you have a delay with your travel arrangements, if you have lost luggage or travel documents, if there is a weather advisory and preventing you from getting to your port of call. They can advise on passport requirements. They can also help with currency exchange and give you guidance on where you can exchange. And they can also update you on health and safety advisories. So this is prior to your cruise. Now, while you're on your cruise, the medical assistance would be medical case management. So there will be a consultation and monitoring. They would also help refer to local medical and dental service providers. They would keep you up to date or could answer any questions on any medical advisories and could also help with the replacement of any prescription drugs or eyeglasses or other type of medical devices. Now, the emergency assistance would be the assistance with any type of emergency medical payments, help with cash transfers if you needed legal referrals. Also, if somebody is hospitalized in another country, they could assist with travel arrangements for family members in an emergency as well. Let's talk about who qualifies for CVP. So CVP can only be offered for U.S. travel agencies paying in U.S. dollars for guests that are eligible. Now, the program applies for guests who live in the United States, in Canada, the U.S. Virgin Islands, and American Samoa. Please note that there are some exclusions that apply. So residents of various states or provinces in Canada and Puerto Rico may not qualify to purchase Carnival Vacation Protection. For a full list of those exclusions, please visit goccl.com. Now, to qualify, as long as they're living in one of those states or provinces that does qualify, a guest must be a citizen or permanent resident of the U.S. or Canada,
or live in the US and Canada for at least 6 months of the year or longer with a valid US or Canadian address. Who doesn't qualify for CVP? Well, first of all, flamingos, people who refuse to cruise. Our international guests are not eligible for Carnival vacation protection, and our Australia sailings do not qualify. Carnival strongly recommends that guests purchase the appropriate international travel insurance if they are sailing out of Australia. And again, just a reminder that Carnival vacation protection is not available to residents of various states or provinces or Puerto Rico. And again, a full list can be found on goccl.com.
Now, how do you enroll in Carnival Vacation Protection? When can vacation protection be added to a booking? So vacation protection can be added to a booking and will remain on a booking up until the final payment date without payment. Now, once they're within the penalty period, the system will automatically drop the Carnival Vacation Protection if there's not enough funds. Now, if your client has not made final payment, Carnival Vacation Protection can be added at any time. You have to keep in mind, to qualify for the cancel for any reason, it has to be added by final payment, added and paid by final payment. But if you are inside final payment, Carnival Vacation Protection can be added up to 14 days prior to the sailings. Now, for new bookings that are made within final payment, the client can add Carnival Vacation Protection up to the day of departure if they booked within those 14 days prior to the cruise. Now, I mentioned that you can add Carnival Vacation Protection and it will stay on the booking all the way up until final payment without being paid. Now, once you are paid for it, the coverage has been activated and Carnival Vacation Protection cannot be removed from that booking because they get the protection if they have to cancel from the day that it is paid. Now, do keep in mind that if you have guests who do purchase the Carnival Vacation Protection, they do have a 10-day right to examine the coverage and cancel the coverage and be refunded if they feel it's not for them. If you do run into these scenarios, then please contact our service desk and they'll help you remove the Carnival Vacation Protection. So we've talked through what the Carnival Vacation Protection entails and how to add it to a booking. Let's talk about how you would actually file a claim if you have to use it. So where to report cancellations and interruptions. First off, if you have clients that need to cancel for a covered reason, I would cancel the reservation as soon as possible so you don't incur any additional penalties. Then you would need to reach out to the program administrator immediately, that's Aon Affinity, to advise of the situation, and so you don't get any other non-reimbursable expenses because of a late notification. Now, the program administrator, again, Aon Affinity, will send a form that must be completed by the guest and the treating doctor, if applicable. And then if it is a non-medical reason, instructions will be provided on what other information may be needed for a cancellation or interruption. So the claim process here, so most expenses, including medical expenses, are reimbursed upon return home. It would be less any amount due from other sources. So we talked about baggage and medical. So if the airline covered a portion and the homeowner's insurance covered a portion, that amount would not be reimbursed through the vacation protection. It would be subtracted from the amount coming to the guest. We do encourage guests to keep all their receipts because they will be needed in the claims process. And then, as mentioned prior, the evacuation and the repatriation expenses are all prepaid through On Call International. So you would initiate a claim by going to www.travelclaim.com. Claim forms are then going to be emailed or mailed within 2 business days. We do process the claim form, and then 90% of the claims are paid. And again, those for non-eligible reasons, as long as they purchase it outside of final payment, would qualify for cancel for any reason. So let's go through some of the tips for selling Carnival Vacation Protection. When you are quoting a client on a cruise booking, always include cruise vacation protection in the quote. If there, then they can deny it, and I would always try to get that in writing. Now, when you're talking about vacation protection, just use factual, non-embellished reasons. Don't try to use scare tactics to encourage the purchase. It really is a peace of mind for both you and for the client. Go through and explain some of the benefits both before the cruise and during the cruise. And if they decide that they don't want it, please try to get it in writing because nobody ever expects anything to happen. And if they have denied coverage and something does happen, you want to be able to have backup showing why they won't get a reimbursement. Here's what we don't want. We want you to be familiar with our Carnival Vacation Protection, but we don't want to turn you into insurance agents. So please avoid evaluating any type of coverage from existing medical or homeowners coverage. Know in general what the plan includes, but try not to get too technical. For any type of really technical questions or any questions on pre-existing conditions, please refer questions over to Aon Affinity because they really are the expert. And then finally, the Travel Insurance Licensing Registration, which is the U.S. Travel Insurance Association registry. This is a program created for travel advisors for licensing with travel insurance. It is not a program created or sponsored by Carnival Cruise Line. It is a program sponsored by the U.S. Travel Insurance Association. And if any travel advisors are interested in being registered with them, they should contact them directly. There is no cost to participate. And just like that, you're on your way to becoming an expert in fun. Thank you so much for watching our video on Carnival's Vacation Protection. Remember to complete the short quiz to complete this training. And for more information on this topic and more, please visit goccl.com. Thank you so much for your support of Carnival Cruise Line.
Almost done. All right, quiz time. Spinning.
Oh, it's not coming up.
Yeah, just refresh.
I got kicked out and had to go all the way back.
Me too.
Yep, me too. We all got kicked out.
It's
It
saying,
was a
okay.
long video.
Yeah, we're too long.
How do we get back? Right, we have to log in again.
Just go back. You should have a window open, and you can just click on it, and then click the Learn and Earn, and it should take you back. So we have.
I think it's first. It's the travel rewards program, and then the Learn and Earn. Yeah.
Okay, so yep, just get back to the vacation program and we get to the quiz. And then we only have one left.
All right, quiz.
All right, what is everybody back?
No,
Yes.
I'm not.
No, not yet.
No worries. Take your time. I'll be right back.
I'm back.
Okay.
I'm struggling.
No worries.
Mine is not clicking. 1 second. Oh my God.
You got a couple minutes. She had to go take care of Scarlett.
The first one I'll
So
say
what
is,
do? You go back and then you go and click Learn and Earn,
Yes.
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 and then it takes you to get started.
Yes.
Yeah.
I'm clicking on mine and it doesn't work.
Get used to it because it happens often. So
Right.
sometimes you have to do it more than once.
Okay.
Goodness.
Don't
I just had
log
to do
out.
it like 3 times, but it's okay. It happens often, so don't panic. It's okay.
You
I'm
have to log
panicking.
out, right?
I'm
I know, I
panicking.
can tell.
Do we have to log out and back in or just
No,
leave it?
all you have to just go back to the Learn and Earn and then just click it and then go. If it says get started, it might kick you out again and just do it again. That's all.
Yeah, you just have to
I
go to where
managed.
it says get started.
All right,
Oh,
everybody
yeah,
back?
get started. Okay.
So what is not a reason to sell Carnival?
Wait, hold on.
Okay. No worries. I'm not gonna submit till we're done anyway. So
Free guys burgers.
Okay.
Yeah.
All right, I'm back.
Definitely.
Okay.
Three guys burgers.
Yeah.
All right. Pre-existing medical condition is an illness, disease, or other condition that first presents itself or becomes worse during the 60-day beyond period CVP is purchased.
True.
True.
Cancel for any reason. Offers a future cruise credit for how much of the non-refundable cruise costs?
75%.
75%.
And then you should try to advise your clients on whether their situation would be covered.
False.
True.
You should try. Oh, false.
Says fail.
Okay.
Click here to retake quiz.
Okay, you should try to advise your clients on whether their situation
is false.
False. Okay, so free guys, true, 75, and false.
Okay.
Very
100.
good. All right, one
right.
last one, and then you guys are good to go. You should get your certificate. I still have to finish mine, so I won't have mine. So Carnival rewards and all majority of our programs have the reward program. So always make sure you guys are registering for those, because the more you book for customers, the more you earn. Okay. So in this video, watch the overview of the rewards program that launching in June of 2026. So they're having a new one. So that's good to know. So let's check that out. Short and sweet. Amanda, did you get your questions answered now for the prior one? We don't want to leave you behind.
Sorry. No, I tried to run through it and I missed a bunch.
Okay, so what are the questions, and we'll help you answer them. So
Okay.
the
What
burgers.
is? Yeah. Yep. Had that, and then pre-existing medical condition. So that. Okay, I must have missed that. So that is. They consider that a pre-existing as long as it's within the 60 days before that. That's true.
You guys remember? Sorry.
What was the question? I'm sorry.
It's the pre-existing medical condition. I'm sorry. Pre-existing medical condition is an illness, disease, or other condition.
It's true. True.
That's true. Okay.
You talking to me?
Okay, cancel. It's not. Cancel for any reason offers a future cruise credit for how much of the non-refundable
75%.
75.
I put 50. Okay. You should try to advise your clients on whether their situation would be covered.
No.
False.
False.
Okay. Okay, I'm good to go. Thank you, guys.
You're welcome. Now just go slide through the next video. It's short. Just slide through, and then we'll get on the last.
I'm good. We can go right into it.
Perfect. Okay. So when is Carnival Rewards launching?
June.
June 26th.
June 2026.
26.
Okay. Guests can earn Carnival reward points on which items?
All of it.
All of them. Which level is not included in a Carnival Rewards?
Titanium.
Very good. And Carnival Reward status levels are based on status qualify
stars.
Very good. Okay, so you got that June 2026, all the above, titanium and stars.
Very good.
Good job.
Yay. All right. So
morning.
Go
ahead.
I
was just going to ask you about the certificate now.
Yeah, I was going to say, so everybody that finished them all should be able to go up and print your certificate. Now, I'm missing a few because I was out and didn't update them yet, but otherwise you guys should have the option to now go to your, Learning and Earn over here, and it should have your final exam right here, your final certificate, as long as you complete it. So you should have your levels completed, and then you can view your certificate. If for any reason it's not all green or whatever, then that means you still have some to finish.
Yeah, I have some too to finish.
Yeah, so I have some I still have to finish. So once you finish those, you'll have your certificate. So did anybody get their certificate? Anybody have them all?
No.
No, I have to finish from last week. I slept most of last Saturday.
Right. Okay.
So okay.
You have to. Go ahead.
I'm sorry. Where do you see the certificate at again?
Where you go here for my Learn and Earn, where we were going through the courses. Right up here at the top, it should have your progress. And then it should show on there.
Okay, it says
mine says I have to do my electives.
Mine says Learn and Earn 0 of 3 completed. Yet when I go to the core, it says 8 of 8 completed.
Now
mine
mine
exactly
says
the same thing.
The Learn and Earn graduate 0 of 3 levels completed, but it's nothing. It's blank.
Right, that's what mine is too.
Yeah, mine's the same as you guys.
Oh, okay. Maybe it has to refresh itself.
Yeah.
Maybe do you have to go out and then come back in? Maybe.
Yeah.
Well, it says elective 0 out of 2 completed. So is it because we need to complete the electives?
It says here 30 courses, 10 each. Start your journey. It doesn't say that you have to do the electives here.
Because mine are completed.
0 of 2 electives.
And you shouldn't have to, because it says 0 of 3. If it had electives, it would be 0 of 4. Right.
Yeah.
Maybe I'm gonna go out and come back in.
I just did that and do nothing.
It didn't do anything.
Me too. I did that also. It didn't do anything.
Someone put in the chat that you have to finish 2 electives in each section.
I have a question, please. You know,
Or you have to finish 6 electives.
Well, there's nothing you could even click on to even do anything with it unless you have to do them.
So you'd have to do 2 electives in the
Oh, and
400
welcome to our learn.
series.
Where does it
Okay.
say that you have to do the 2 electives?
Yeah, how do I graduate from Learn and Earn? You must complete 10 courses for each of the 3 levels, 8 courses for each one, and then 2 electives.
Okay, all right. That's what you gotta do.
All right. So I don't know if next week you want to, finish these electives, or you want to do them on your own, or if you want to do them sometime this week and then use our next week.
Mani, I have a question. What about somebody like me that came right in the middle of your training, and I didn't, all of them are incomplete. Where do I go? Do I just go do them on my own?
Yeah. We've already done them. They're on my YouTube. So like today, I recorded them. So you can follow the YouTube, but yeah, you can just go in and do them on your own, which is what I have to do because I missed a few.
Or follow your YouTube?
Yeah,
if
or
I
follow
your
the YouTube.
I can still do them, right?
YouTube will walk through. Yeah, just like what we did today. And then you can just follow along on the YouTube version being live. So
thank you.
All
yeah,
right.
I think that's good because then I can. Thank you so much.
Okay, so yeah, looks like everybody has different ones to finish and stuff. So just do your 2 electives for each one, and then, once you get your certificate, make sure you post it, okay? And then next week we are starting, what are we doing next week? So we're doing Uniworld river cruises. So you'll want to go in here and register ahead of time, okay? The link is right there under my certificate workshops. And then also on Friday, we're starting the California programs. Lots of exciting programs in California that we're going to be doing. So, but yeah, so those are what we're going to start next week, okay? So hopefully you can join us for that. I know it's going to be the holiday weekend. So I will record them in case you do miss it. And then in case anybody does have any issues or problems or need help with Carnival, you guys have my phone number. I'll put it in here again. And, just stay plugged in. Again, all these you can do on your own. Feel free, though, to reach out at any time if you need help with any of the test questions. As you see,
thank you.
If you miss any, you can just go back and retake it. So it's not like you failed, okay?
Yeah, thank you.
So you're welcome. So good luck, everybody. Have an amazing holiday week, a weekend.
Thanks, Ronnie.
You too.
Can I ask you a question real quick before we hang up?
Of course.
So how do we know like which ones are associated with which electives are associated with the gold, which electives are associated with the
I probably don't think it matters. Because it should.
I think you can do the one.
They're sorry, guys. They're listed underneath each of the levels that you're into. So once you you scroll down from the ones that we just did, and you'll see there should be some electives underneath. Yeah.
Okay. Thank you.
Here.
I also have a question.
Okay, so I don't have gold there. So the electives though are showing all these electives. Oh, so you're saying like 4 no, so those are 4. So
right.
are you showing that
platinum under 4? Yeah. See, these guys scroll down, course and active. See, those are inactive for you.
Right.
But some people might still have these other electives down below.
Right.
Mine says inactive. So what does that mean?
That means that those aren't available any longer. You have to complete new ones. Just like me up here, I completed this back in 2021, but I had to redo them.
Oh, you know what though? I don't know if that's relevant because as I'm looking here, I just clicked on platinum and it still has all of the electives, like 400 to 600,
Yeah, so it
700.
doesn't show that it's per program. I don't.
Okay,
I think
right.
you
Per
just have an
level,
option
sorry.
to pick any of them. That's okay. And like this first one was like 45 minutes, so I wouldn't choose that one. So I'd kind of click through and just find 5-minute ones, to just get them done. Get her done.
Gotcha.
Right?
Okay. So
So
it shouldn't matter just as long as you do 6 of them, right?
correct. Like this one's only 8 minutes. So
Okay.
click that one. So get 6 of them done, travel agent finder. This is where you can put yourself out there. That's 6
Hello,
minutes
and welcome
right
to our
there.
Learn
You
and
get
Earn
2 of them done
program.
in 15 minutes. So, yep, whatever you want to
So
Okay. All right, thank you.
I have a
Okay.
question.
Uh-huh.
I did just a quick question. I did take the beginning courses, but then it looks like my inactives are green, and then my original courses are still saying I have to take them. The
Yeah,
opposite.
you have to redo them if they're older. That's why, each of these programs usually have updates every year. So you always have to go in and
Oh,
do updates, just like Disney and just like today, guys. I mean, you know what? I think maybe right here, that may be holding us also besides those electives. We have to, they just added 2 more to the first program. Did you see that? I think no, that's the one I missed. I'm sorry. That's the one that
I
Linda
didn't
did for me.
know.
But yeah, like Disney, if you go into Disney now, I've done Disney, but they always have updates. So when you go into Disney, you'll want to go in, once you do the training, and then you look, and if the available benefits go here, available benefits, if it shows not available, that's because they have an update. So it'll tell you, like here, request, I can request my 2025, but my 2026, I think, is not. So I had it says request, but it does show, a lot of times you have to go in and do an update. So
Marnie,
right there.
I'm happy that you came on to explain about Disney, because I did the Alani
I didn't
test,
cut mine out.
and I got my certificate and everything, and yet when I go in, it's showing that I haven't done it, so I'm doing it again.
Yep.
I mean, that
Me
was
too.
It's right here.
Me too.
Update.
Oh, okay.
You
So
should
it's
only
because
have
of the
to do the
update. So we just
update.
redo it, and then they give us another certificate. Is that
Yeah.
what they do?
Yep. So
Okay.
that's why I'm saying
Okay.
each time it'll show you whether there's an update or not, and then that's when you have to click on it. So just like Marriott, same thing.
I did.
It says same thing. So just
I did the Disney training with you though, Marty.
Yeah.
Like just.
Yeah, so we just completed it, and
Is
there's
it just because they just did a recent update?
Yeah, yep.
Okay. Okay.
So just stay
I was
plugged
so
in, guys.
confused. I was like, wait a minute, we literally just did this.
Yeah.
Yeah, and I was confused too about Aulani, because it was the first one that I did, and I did all the others as well. So I got certificates for everything, and then when I went back inside, it tells me that Aulani, I have to do it again. So I was a bit confused, but thank you for explaining. I'll do it again, because I did it quite a while ago, and that's probably it. It's because I did it last year.
Yeah.
No, this year, earlier on this year.
Yeah.
Not last year.
So
I wasn't even
always
an agent last year.
Go in and
Do they,
so we're doing Baja California. So again, or California login. So this is for next Friday. If you want to join me for this, get in and register, pre-register if you can. The link is right there. And then also the travel Uniworld river cruises we're going to start. So make sure you guys are pre-registered so we can get in and get started. And as we always say, you're in business for yourself, but not by yourself. And if we don't see you at the beaches of the world, we'll see you at the bank. So have an amazing holiday, amazing weekend, and reach out if you ever need anything, and just stay plugged in and don't get discouraged and don't get overwhelmed. There is a lot of information, but we're here for you every step of the way. Okay? All right. Have a great
Excuse
day.
me.
Thank you, Marnie. You're
Just real
amazing.
quick.
You're welcome. Hi, Jordan.
Where do we register for that Uniworld?
So you go here to my
Where do we
certificate
register for that
workshop.
Uniworld?
You go here to certificate workshop.
Oh, the certificate workshop.
And then you go here. I just put the link in there. You go down here. The link is.
Yeah, I saw the link. Thank you.
You're welcome. And then you go click on that link and it'll take you in to register.
Okay.
Yeah.
Thank you.
Just remember when you're welcome.
Yes.
Remember, whenever you're registering, guys, even though you're your own agency, we work under Archer's licensing, so you always use their license information, their IATA, their agency, address, phone number, etc.
Yeah.
Remember also with cruise line, you always want to use that 9141 phone number if it asks for the agency phone number, okay? All that information is located right here under Quick Start Documents, Archer Supplier Credentials. So again, their information, and then here is the cruise line phone number. The consortia is Travel Leaders Network, okay?
Thank you.
You're welcome. Have a good day, guys. We'll talk to you soon.
Thank you.
Bye. Thank
Yep.
you.
See ya.
Bye-bye.
Happy Thanksgiving,
Yeah,
everyone.
happy Thanksgiving.